So is that pumpkin spice, Scott?
Yep. Pumpkin spice
Nice.
frappuccino.
Oh yeah, boy. Dude, I got big hands.
Okay, that was weird. I gotta stop.
I actually have really big hands. I have like sausage fingers, dude. Real quick, right before we begin, Nate, give me a cool world name.
A cool world name?
Exotic butters.
Exotic putters.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Exotic putter. There we go.
That's the best name.
I got
for it.
That's
to
awesome.
do the intro. I got
The
to
intro.
do the intro. I got to do the intro.
Yeah, so-
Hello and welcome to Conversations on a Broken Couch. My name is Nathaniel Welch, and I'm joined, as always, by Scott and Brandon. We're glad to have you join us. How we doing, guys?
And my axe. So we
Yeah!
eventually end up saying on this.
Enthusiasm.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah!
Brandon,
woo!
you're
Okay.
playing Minecraft today.
I'm playing
Yeah.
modded Minecraft. I'm playing a version of
Yeah.
Minecraft called Sky Factory.
Oh boy.
This could go terribly. Knowing me,
I have watched you play this before a long time ago. But it's interesting to see you start off fresh.
There goes the sapling.
Oof.
Hopefully, I get more than one.
Oh man.
I like how we're taking the first minute of the podcast to be like, will he fail?
Well, this is fascinating to me.
Will he?
It is a challenge to do something like this.
It's like a Minecraft roguelite, kind of.
No, not at all. Basically, the premise of this mod pack, Nate, is you start the game with a single tree and a piece of dirt, and by the end of it, you have like supercomputers and creative flight and fully automated smeltery foundries.
I didn't know you could have
Is
those
it
things in
hardcore?
Minecraft.
It's mods, dude. No, it's not hardcore. That would be insane.
Oh, I guess it's mods. That's true.
Shoot, no other saplings. I hope that's not the only sapling, because if so, this runs over.
Wow.
Wow.
We're not continuing the podcast until we find out. Oh crap!
He's got to restart. Woo! All right.
Exotic Butters 2.
How you guys doing?
Good.
doing
It's been
good,
it's been an alright week. Been having a lot of, or just trying. I'm gonna say been having a lot of fun, but in reality, I've been trying to square away all of the info, all of the mumbo jumbo needed to, finish the whole stuff that happened with my car. So.
Oh, did we
lost my
talk
car
about that?
in an
I
accident.
don't think we've
I don't
talked
think we
about
talked about it on episode.
Yeah, because we
We
almost
tried
we
to-
almost did on the 0.5 episode that didn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely exists.
It
So
exists
I
in
got into
my
a car accident. I got hit. It came from behind. Just like Porkins in episode 4. And my car got damaged to the point where it needed to be totaled, but I'm fine. I mean, both of the people. So
Praise the
I got
Lord.
hit. Yeah, I got hit in the rear, and then it pushed me into a dude in front of me. Thankfully, both the people worked at Geico, so everything kind of works out.
That's funny.
Yeah, and so they decided to take my car because it would have been too much to repair it.
So you got a new car. And then...
No, we're gonna do one car for until we decide to move back. But we're making it work. It's not bad. I kind of enjoyed the single car life because we have to leave the house together, which means we also have to come home together. So it's a nice little
You can
hanging
spend
out
more
in the
time with
morning
that
little
yeah.
routine. Yeah, so I'm
You
enjoying
can do
that.
the happy family thing.
Yeah, so it all kind of worked out in a fun way. God is great at making these things work out.
Silver linings.
God's
all
good at
coming
making you
together.
sweat for a minute and then fixing it.
Yeah, I wasn't even like when it happened, I was like, oh, dude, I just got hit. Well, I figured this was gonna happen at some point. Um,
I don't know what to do about this.
Hit it.
let's just leave it there.
That's a beehive.
Are
That's
there
a
bees in
beehive,
there?
my dude. Yes.
Okay.
Um, but even after I found out that they're totaling the car, I was just kind of like, all right, well, we're gonna make this work.
I guess that's
So
unfortunate.
I guess, yeah. Other than that, it's been pretty good. Gotten all that squared away.
Nice.
Um,
Well, I'm glad you're well and not dying. That's good for your health
yeah.
to not die.
Yeah. How about you, Brandon? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right,
What are
man.
your thoughts?
We're getting to the busy season at work, so just kind of nose to the grindstone. I've actually forced myself to go out and be more social recently.
Whoa.
So
Ooh,
yeah, I know it's crazy. So like last week, I made the conscious decision to actually go spend time with coworkers outside of work multiple times.
that's cool, man.
Yeah, I actually did stuff. It was nice. Yeah, that was it. Really, I've just been
Yeah.
busy at work, so I was like, all right, I'll be social and actually, you know, actually
Nate,
be a human.
Nate, your mind looks
I
blown.
just have no idea what he's making. I'm blown away. Is that a real thing? A crook? Is that real?
Yeah,
Is that
you
oak
ready? Check
barrel?
this.
Is that like, can you get those in normal Minecraft?
No, this is modded.
Oh,
Okay.
Modded
That's
means
just
that
what I
there's
was trying to figure
non-standard.
out. Cause I don't
Yeah,
know either anymore. I haven't played Minecraft since like
no, this
2021,
is
and I was like, this is not fun.
this. Nate, if you get lost playing regular Minecraft, you would get so lost
That's what
playing this.
happened. They added too much, and now I know they've just kept adding, and
Yeah. So guess what? This is also how you get water when it rains. It goes into this barrel. Dude, this is my conversation topic. Sky Factory's fun. Play it.
okay.
There we go.
okay, cool.
That would be. I don't know what to do about that still. I'm scared to touch it. Anyways, also Nate, if you spam the crouch button, you grow your tree faster. It's silly. Also, there's a thing called vein miner, so if you hold the tilde key, you can break all of one block that's attached. So like I just
Whoa,
broke the whole tree. Yeah,
I wish that was the thing in normal Minecraft.
it would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, now begins the
Um,
part where. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I cut
no,
you
no,
off
I
there.
was just gonna ask what Nate's been up to.
Nate, what have you
How's
been up to,
life?
my boy?
It's okay. I think it's um, you know, to not actually get into it at all. I think it's kind of been a tough week for everybody. Um, but uh, so that's a little, I guess, hard. But besides that, like, uh, stuff's been pretty good lately, I guess. I played a game that it's going to be the first. I'm bringing back video game previewer. I'm not going to say what it is because I want Scott to be surprised. Um,
I
play a
probably will
game
be.
I haven't played in a long time that I expected to be like, man, I loved this game when I was younger, but it's just not very good anymore. And nope, I am blown away that I think it's probably like, I don't know. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10, but it might be. And and if I were to, but I don't think anyone would ever expect that someone would go this game as a 10 out of 10. So, whatever.
Interesting.
We'll see. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Um, Kind
Yeah.
of makes me feel like a kid again in a good way. Um, yeah, but
Dude,
I've
that's
been
awesome.
okay. I've been good. Um,
I love when video games give me that feeling of
yeah,
being a child again.
yeah.
It has been a while since I've played a game where I just was happy the entire time.
Yeah, that's
That is the
basically how I
most sad
felt, though.
adult sentence I've
All
ever
right,
heard in
so
my life.
well, the thing with modern games now is everybody's kind of like, oh, it's
They
got
kind
this
of,
feature, don't like, or like this game's trash. Like that's how people act nowadays. But
I don't
yeah, I feel like
feel
modern
that
I
way
video
kind
games
about
of
kind of lost
anything.
its soul. Yeah.
so I'm 25. When my
Oh my
dad was
gosh.
25, I was 5 years old, and maybe six. I think it was five though. And I was playing Legend of Zelda 1
Love that game.
while he was like trying to show me how to play the game, or I would be watching him play the game. So I'm at the point where,
Zelda
you know,
2's
when
better,
it was
but-
his whole, you know, back in my day, this is how video games were played.
Mhm.
So now I'm sitting here playing like Metroid Fusion, as has been shown on the podcast before, and I'm like, yeah, back when these games were just simple back then. Games were great. These are just the best, you know. Final Fantasy 4 Advance, good stuff.
I feel like the soul in gaming has kind of been tarnished, but there are hope. There are games
Well,
out there
there's
that give me hope.
always still. I mean, like I agree, but there are still good games.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think some of it. This is kind of an interesting discussion, and I guess it's not necessarily. It's a topic worthy discussion, but it'd be kind of fun to get into for a minute. Um, I kind of I find it kind of funny how a lot of AAA games they uh kind of all are the same to some degree now. They're all open world. They're all action RPGs. They all have light RPG elements. They all have like a little bit of collectathon stuff in them. Um,
All
and they're
Ubisoft
all like
games.
story focused and stuff. And so that can make up your Spider-Man, that can make up your God of War, that can make up your Horizon, that can make up
Mm.
your um, Final Fantasy VII remake, that can be your, I guess to some degree, like yeah, Assassin's Creed or something, or Star Wars. What's it called? Is it Outriders or
Outlaws.
Outlaws? Outlaws. That game.
Outlaws.
Um, your Jedi Fallen Orders, like they all have those kind of things to them to some degree, and a lot of the stories are really really good, but um, I don't think gameplay is as unique as it used to be, and because there's kind of this desire to make a game that will appeal to everybody. Like we're gonna make this AAA game that every PlayStation owner will want to get, that every person will want to get. I
Yeah.
think games have. I think it's a lot rarer. Like the game I'm about to have a video come out on. Um, it's the kind of game that a lot of people. Well, it's not the kind of game that a lot of people are going to think like this is the best game ever, because my point is that games have become a lot more by appealing to more people. Uh, they're obviously less niche, those who really really like it, and so I think it's a lot rarer nowadays that a game comes out that you're able to say this is my favorite game ever, or this is the best game I've ever played, instead of just like, oh yeah, this is a good game. Because I think most people would say, oh yeah, insert for like first party AAA PlayStation game here, that's a bad game. I don't think anyone would really say that nowadays. But you might not go, this is as good as, I mean, a lot of people's favorite, like Chrono Trigger, or this is as good as insert other game here from many, many years ago, back when there was more um, niche uh, games that didn't appeal to everyone, but the people who it did appeal to ended up really really liking it. I think it's obviously smart to make a game that a lot of people would like, or that's easy to get into, or well yeah, that kind of thing. But to some degree, I think what made older games more special is you obviously had things like Mario that was a platformer with light collectathon elements, if we're talking about like Mario 64, that a lot of people were able to get into. And people that really liked that game might not like the humor of Banjo Kazooie, or they might not like the multiple characters of Donkey Kong 64, so Mario 64 might be their favorite, but they might like those other two as well. Um, so there were always a little bit of generalists, which with generalists within their genre, but I think there was a lot more. This is the game we want to make that we're passionate about, and we're okay with not trying to appeal to everybody's, but the people who like it are gonna really, really like it. And I think that's what we think of when we think of soul in gaming. I think because we have less of that, it doesn't feel as stuff doesn't feel as special anymore to some degree. Am I making sense? What do
Yeah.
you guys think?
No, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I understand. It just feels like a lot of games nowadays, especially AAA games, they're a little more corporatized. It feels like they're all just numbers on a spreadsheet, or rather, the
It's a
people who
formula.
are what's the word? They're giving the go ahead for some games to be made is, well, let's see what what our shareholders think. What is the world saying about games in this genre, or games that perform this way, or games that have these characters? And it feels more like the people in charge are just trying to, obviously, I mean, the people in charge are just trying to make money
Mhm.
instead of just making what they think would be a fun game. And
We're
that
less than the
has
old
definitely
west where
changed.
it was. I would say we're less than the old western days where video games were new and cool. In the last 20 years, video games have like just blown up, right? They're
Yeah,
not at all what they used to be.
yeah.
And so I think you're gonna run into that, unfortunately, as us becoming old men now. 27 here.
Yeah,
I'm ancient. But I think you're just gonna run into that issue of like this game doesn't feel like it has soul to it. Like they don't care. Well, to a degree, they don't care and won't care, right?
sure.
Um, it is what it is. But
Yeah,
it's just kind of how it is. However, like I said, there are some game studios out there who genuinely care about putting out a good product,
I also
and those
think
are the
it's
ones.
really important to not. Well, I think it's also really important to remember that the majority of people that are actually working on the game are passionate about it, and and
I'm not saying that about the
it's
developers. I'm
the
just saying it about the big
but yeah,
wigs.
there totally is, because of how big gaming has gotten. Companies have gotten really big, and there is a lot of corporate decision making behind why certain things would happen, right? But there are still people that really care about the heart of the game. I know I saw it on X recently, a tweet that was talking about an interview with Yoshi P of Square Enix, and he was saying like, hey, we like your feedback, we appreciate your feedback on Final Fantasy 14 and on the games we make, but you need to understand the way you're giving it is demoralizing people because they
Yeah,
really, really care. And so you might not think we care, but we really, really care. And so please be mindful about how you're communicating to us.
right.
And it was just a reminder for a lot of people, I think, of like, oh, yeah, um,
These are human
we might
beings.
have most people might have totally just ignored the incredibleness of Dunbar's number, but we need to not forget that even with these huge, huge companies, there are people behind this that really, really, really like what they're making. I think that's something I've seen a lot in interviews from like former Nintendo employees or Nintendo employees in general too. Is they're like, yeah, Nintendo has money issues just like everyone else. They have things they're trying to hit just like anyone else, but everyone still really loves what they're doing and is making it because they care about games and that kind of stuff. And it's just important that we don't forget that because there are still good games that come out, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Nathaniel. And that's why I'm voting for you for president.
Never, I would never do that. um, but
Get it in all the YouTube comment section. Just Nate 2020.
something I
Wait,
don't know.
no, it's gonna
No,
be too late.
you have to be like
What year?
35, don't you?
I think so. So when will you turn 35? What year?
I don't know, like in 15
2040.
years.
All right,
I don't
Nathaniel
want to
for
be
president
president.
2040.
Don't vote for me.
It just sounds like a bad job.
um.
Here's the
Anyway,
thing, Nate, and this is a phrase I've heard before. The most reluctant leaders often make the best leaders.
dude.
Think about that.
Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Spoiler alert. Way of the Warrior. I think
Change
it's Way of the
subjects
Warrior.
quick.
It might not be Way of the Warrior. Worf kills Emperor Gowron. You know, Scott, do the thing with the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, Worf kills Gowron,
Ah,
and they try
I
to
like
make
being my
Worf
quest.
the Chancellor because he just killed the Chancellor or the Emperor. I don't remember what his title is, and
Chancellor Gowron. Yes,
which is weird because they're an
you're
empire.
correct.
Anyway,
Well, so they do have an
explain this to
emperor,
me.
and that's a clone of Kalis from the TNG,
Uh-huh.
but he's literally a figurehead. So Gowron runs the show, but has Kalis's clone around to be like, I'm the one pulling the strings, glory to the Empire, and all that. But it's actually Gowron.
Okay.
So like all the people kind of know it's Gowron.
Okay.
But like Kalis is there
It's just
for
there to be
morale.
inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for explaining that to me. Anyway,
Yeah,
Worf
got
kills him, but he doesn't want to become Chancellor. And so he tries to give it to Martok, who doesn't want it either. Um, but people won't follow Worf, but they'll follow Martok, and Martok's like, I don't want to take this, and Worf goes, I don't know, quotes some Klingon gospel or whatever, like some
Yeah.
quote from Kalis. The greatest leaders have their mantles thrust upon them or whatever. It's that kind of thing. They do not
Yep.
desire the glory for themselves, whatever. And
I
I
can
was
just
thinking,
imagine it
that's
in Michael
cool.
Dorn's voice.
Yeah. He's got a
See,
great
I'm just
voice,
thinking
dude.
like, often the best leaders are people who didn't want to be in leadership, though.
Just like George Washington.
Kind
Was
of.
he one of those people?
I don't actually know anything about George Washington's presidency. I just know the stories I've heard about his time as a general.
I've heard
he was crazy.
stories of how he, you
Yeah.
know, would be out in the like 20 below praying in the snow for God's favor as they were about to go into battle, just like crying his
I want
eyes
to
out.
point out, like, George Washington was something. He was just built different, dude.
Yeah.
Think of, there's a famous comedian who does a pretty good, solid, funny bit on this. His name is Shane Gillis, but he talks about how
Is this
George
the neck
Washington
tattoo
had to
guy?
be a no. George
Who watches
Washington
the neck
had
tattoo
to be
guy?
a little autistic because no man in his right mind would sail across the icy Delaware on Christmas. And that's exactly what the British are thinking is like, there's no way this dude's going to do this. And then here comes George Washington. At the time, by the way, actual giant of a man being 6'5".
Yeah.
And he's like,
He was
let me
big.
just cross the Delaware in this stinking boat for no reason. No, not for no reason. To catch the British off guard. While by the way, I don't do it justice. The dude's, it's a great bit. But anyways, yeah, no, dude, George Washington was like 6'5" redhead, and absolutely terrifying. Like the average British guy at the time was like 5'7". So, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Anyways, he's cool. I lost track of my train of thought, and it's just like everywhere right now.
I
Okay.
remember hearing a story that he walked out of a battle once with I think it was 5 bullet holes in his coat, and he had like 2 or 3 horses shot out from under him,
And he
the
still
dude
lived.
was chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Whoops. The British actually tried to assassinate him multiple times and just kept failing.
That's
He
crazy.
just wouldn't die.
Wow.
It was like their
Funny.
nightmare. He just wouldn't stop.
And speaking of nightmares, Nate, what do you got for us?
Okay.
I don't know if this is an accurate segue, but I'm handing it
Anyway.
off to you.
Well, I
Nice.
I know there's some video game stuff we want to talk about before we really dive into our topics, but one thing I just want to mention to wrap up all our conversations before we move on. That thing, again, yeah, games nowadays, they might feel like they have less soul, and maybe to some degree they do because you've got they're more diluted, I guess is the best way to sum it up. You've got more people in the kitchen, you've got less focused of a vision. But that all being said, there are still some good games that are being made, and you can totally enjoy them.
Okay.
Yet,
I thought I screwed up.
even with that being said, I need to really work on my vocabulary. We will always enjoy when a Astrobot comes out, or a Baldur's Gate 3 comes out, or a Claire Obscure comes out that we're like, wow, this is really good. This has a lot of soul. I've missed this. Okay.
I was actually kind of thinking about that point. I was going to bring it up. Like, people that complain that gaming sucks now and there's no good games, you clearly don't pay attention to indie studios. Like, when Hopo Games
That's
came
true.
out with Risk of Rain, bro, that was groundbreaking. That, like, was amazing.
Dead Cells, Terraria.
Yeah, like, if you're just complaining that
Stardew Valley.
gaming sucks
Divinity
because you can't
2.
find something something you like, then you're not looking hard enough. Get
Shovel
over
Knight,
yourself.
ukulele.
Hey, uh, speaking of indie studios, Hollow Knight Silk Song came out
Did
this
Yeah.
past week, and it crushed how many? Like, I think it crashed. What was it? 3 game stores, 4 gaming stores.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't working. People weren't able to download the thing. Yeah, because there
They
was too many people trying
blew.
to.
They
And
They
it's
blew
like
shadow
20
dropped it,
bucks, right?
water.
and then yeah, it's $20.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They
I
just
just feel
straight
bad.
blew the gaming market out of the water on that one, dude. It was
And
great.
that is a company of 4 people.
Yeah. And people
It's
that are just
nuts.
passionate
Didn't
about
they
their.
take like 7 years to make the game or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I just feel bad for you guys again. I don't think you guys have Twitter again, but there's this guy on there who every day for I don't know how long has been posting every day. His Twitter account is called "Is Bloodborne on PC yet?" And he'll post every day.
It's hilarious.
Blah 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 blah. As of Bloodborne has still like not been ported or is still not on PC, and I just feel bad that Silk Song came out
This
before
dude-
that finally happened. Like I saw someone mention that. He's like,
Yeah.
it has come out before this guy's dedication has been rewarded with finally a port of
I-
Bloodborne. But
I saw it in
happy
a
for all the
comment. Somebody
people
was
that
like,
are
Silk
happy
Song
about.
came out. Now we can go
Hollow
back to
Knight,
wishing for
so-
Half-Life 3.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Half-Life 3 is never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Valve is gonna sit on that nest egg of money forever.
I think
Yes.
it'll happen.
Nah, dude, it can't happen at this point. Like, Half-Life 3 cannot make it. If they do, it will not live up to the hype. They will
That's
be
the
shooting
problem.
themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's how I feel about Metroid Prime 4 right now.
Segway.
Segue.
Oh,
There-
segue!
How did you make Samus even cooler? Oh.
She has an
Talk
Akira
about it,
bike
Scott.
now. She
Talk
did the
about it.
Akira slide. This I think it was yesterday. Yesterday for us.
It's a Nintendo
Nintendo put
Direct.
out a 60-minute long Nintendo Direct. With it did like a full like 20, I think it was 20 minute, a whole section about Mario's 40th anniversary. Super Mario Brothers, 40 years.
That's crazy.
And they showed off the first trailer for the second Mario movie, which is Super Mario Galaxy movie. Which I'm surprised they're doing Galaxy like
And
now.
not World. Yeah, I think
Um,
everyone thought they were gonna do
I figured they
Mario
were gonna
World.
wait a bit.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I like
Nah.
space.
I'm gonna-
Honestly, I love space.
Waiting
Watching
is
space stuff
waiting
like
is
that,
not
so
the move.
it'll be funny.
They're just gonna. I think they just full send it. Honestly, there's no reason to wait. With
I'm here
if
for
Chris
it.
Pratt
I liked the
reprises
first
his role
movie.
too, like that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It was a fun movie. It wasn't a flop. It was well written. I actually watched it while I was
Just
sitting at
Breakneck
someone's place.
fast.
It was a good movie. It was well made.
Yeah.
I can't complain about it. So I think waiting too long to make another one would actually be a mistake in this instance. They should just
Mhm.
full send it. Make more.
So they've got that movie that's coming out here soon. I don't here soon I say, but I don't remember the release date. They're re-releasing Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on the Switch and the Switch 2.
In
They're re-releasing
16
Super
wait, they
Mario
already
Wonder
were in
for the
16
Switch
by now.
2.
Nate,
It looks cool. It looks better.
I want to blow your mind.
Barely,
You
but
see
looks
what I just
better.
did, by the way, are you watching this?
I did. Yeah.
I'm in cobblestone.
That's very crazy. I didn't expect the Mario Galaxy. I didn't watch the direct. I've just seen all the stuff afterwards, but I didn't expect
I watched
the
it live at
the
work,
Mario
actually,
Galaxy
probably
ports,
did.
but those are cool.
Yeah, they've
Um,
got a.
I
I'm gonna
always
pull
will
it up
think
on
it's just
on
the
YouTube,
pricing's
just so I
just
know.
weird because they were $20 each on Virtual Console on the Wii U, and now they're 40 each. And also wasn't the All Stars pack? Wasn't that the 3D All Stars pack? Wasn't that game just like $50 and that had Mario Galaxy in it as well? So pricing will always
It
be a
was
little
40 or
weird, but
50.
for those that like it, I mean it's there, and that's okay, I guess. But
I think Nintendo needs to come down on their prices significantly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for the game. I'm
Um,
sorry, your games are good, but there's no reason for them to be $80. That's absurd.
it's just it's hard to be a Nintendo fan right now, and I really want to be. I really want to get these games, but $90 is a lot.
You
The new
can't
Mario Kart looks really cool, but $90 is a lot.
I
for
think
a
when you
Mario
think
Kart
about how
game.
many hours you're gonna play that game, I don't think it's a lot
Yeah, I know,
at all.
but after getting
Well,
a very expensive console,
but
I don't
see,
want to do that.
but Nate, then the other issue I run into, and I'm sure this is where Scott agrees. Yes, you'll get a lot of hours out of that game, but then they make it clear you don't own the game. What's the point of me buying the game if I can't own it? That's kind of where the rub comes, where people are upset. You know,
No, I
Um,
totally get why people are upset. I do. I just
yeah,
where people care less about the fact that the game is so expensive and more about the fact that it's expensive and you don't own it.
yeah,
I
That's why
just
people are
again
upset.
think like it's it's hard to reconcile with that idea that we don't really own anything nowadays. But when is for the majority of people, and that includes us, that would never come into play because we would not ever do the thing that
right,
makes it so they
yeah,
revoke the game.
I
right.
think it's on principle that people are upset though.
Mhm.
It's a principle thing. Like if to be honest, Nate, if you were a game developer and you made that decision, I wouldn't play your game. I'm sorry. I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
do it.
though. I wouldn't make that decision.
And
Right,
that's
but
kind of what we're getting
we're
at.
talking about the moral of it.
I know. I
Um,
know. I was saying that because they obviously don't have to,
sure, right.
right? So, why does stuff have to change? Like why I I totally get.
What am I missing?
I read this about the whole controversy with the game keycard thing is it's just a key card to
Mm.
download the game and it doesn't actually have the game on it.
Do we
The
just get to
reason
throw away the key
why
at that after that's done? Is that how that
no,
goes? You
you still
don't
have to
keep
put
the
it in
thing
for
anymore. You
it
just
to
toss it.
you still have to put it
Sure.
in for it to allow. Um,
Oh,
but
I see.
the reason why game keycards and digital gaming is so cool is because ET for the Atari and plenty of other games that have existed where they printed a bunch of cartridges and not a lot of people bought their game and they're like, what do I do with all of this?
Yeah.
Um, and so the idea is that you print, as like you can print a safe number and people will buy that. And if you're out, you're out. But then you can make a little more as much as demand allows while other people just buy the game digitally. And game key cards are a lot cheaper to make. So if you have way too many game key cards, it's okay because they can just, you know, buy the thing digitally. Or because all it is it's just a digital allowance, whatever. Anyway, um,
Oh, so
that being said,
um,
like I get that idea, but it's all the but it does feel good to own the thing and be able to play it offline, and you can still
yeah.
have the game be your thing digitally and technically still own that copy, right? Like I don't know how all of that works, but I get the principle's weird.
I know that they can do it legally. It's just it feels very scummy. That's all. I think the biggest complaint you're gonna run into with people is not the fact that you don't own the game. It's not the fact that it's just expensive. It's all of it combined, and the fact that you know what I'm talking about though. It's
Yeah.
just like, come on, man. Like that's just not okay to the gamers. What did they do to you?
Um. Anyway, continuing on.
We were
New
supposed to
Mario
keep.
Tennis.
I just want to
Oh,
poke fun at ourselves real quick. We were supposed to keep this episode light, and here we are complaining
Right,
about Nintendo
which is
again.
why I'm dragging us away from this because I also feel like we can sit here and talk ourselves in circles.
I just
Yes.
to before we move on, I'm I'm I guess I just don't see it necessarily that way, guys. Like
I know.
I guess I
We
I
all have a
see
different
it.
opinion on it.
For me, the explanations I've seen given as to why they do this, I am like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like it's weird, but eh, I can understand it,
Well,
I
it's
guess.
also we gotta. Here's something for all the gamers out there, and this is something I will speak reason as well as Nathaniel for a minute. They're a Japanese company. Their culture and values are very different
Hmm.
than the rest of the world. Get over it.
They've just got different laws and a different culture, and people see things differently there, right? That's just how
Yeah.
it is. All right, back to
Yes.
the direct. Scott, you said they're making a new Mario
Sorry,
Tennis
I
game. I
think
didn't
I'm
see
drawing
that.
like a tiny hell diver on my. I have a piece of paper right here, so I'm like doodling on things, and I didn't realize it until after I started forming the helmet. That I'm like, oh, that looks like a hell diver. Um, the other, I'm gonna like go through this a little bit, and we can stop and talk about things if it seems relevant. They got a new Yoshi coming out.
Saw that.
A new
Kind of
Yoshi.
reminds me of Yoshi Topsy Turvy from for the Game Boy Advance a long time ago. They've
Is
got a
it
new game called Storm Lancers.
is
Looks
the
kind of
Yoshi
neat.
game? I don't remember. I only remember seeing like a trailer. I didn't watch it. But is it one of the wool games? Like, how does Yoshi look? Does he
No,
look normal?
no, he looks like Yoshi.
Okay, okay.
It's not Woolly World. They've got a couple other games that seem fun. They're doing another Tomodachi Life,
Okay.
which is like it's like a me-based game where
Sims.
it's kind of like it's like Nintendo Sims
Hmm.
almost, just
Oh dang.
not as big as The Sims. They're doing the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection
That's fun.
for I believe the Switch 2 and the Switch.
Okay.
That'll make some
That's
people
cool.
very happy.
The Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, is coming out next year, so I can see why this is coming out now.
Hmm.
Um,
Do we think that's going to be any good?
Was
it's got
they? I
Carl
didn't know
Urban
they made a
as
first one.
Johnny Cage, so that's pretty cool.
It has hope, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, yeah. I have a coworker who's really excited about it. They're putting the first Final Fantasy VII remake on the part one of
Switch
the
2.
series. They're putting it on the Switch 2. They put out a release date for Hades 2 version 1.0 is coming
That's
out soon.
huge.
Um, it is, yeah. It's been in early access I think for 2 years now.
I know you really
So
liked that
now
game, the first one,
I
Scott.
I liked the first one. I haven't played the second one yet, but from what I heard, the early access alone when they dropped it had more content than the first one,
Oh wow. The first
which
one has
is
a lot.
gnarly to me. So now that version 1.0 is coming out, I'm excited to hear where that's going to go. Nintendo Classics, which is the virtual console kind of
Uh-huh.
thing that you can do.
This is crazy.
Um, Earlier this week, they talked about how they're putting Classics Nintendo 3DS on.
Oh, really?
Yep, 3DS
Dude, how did I
Classic
miss
is
that?
getting put on the Switch 2. And when I found out about that, I looked at my wife and I said, "Honey, we're old. The 3DS is now a classic." And she sighed, and I sighed,
What
and
are
we
they
got a
gonna
little bit
do?
older.
Like Ocarina
Scott, you just played
3D
a
and
game.
Star Fox 3D and Mario
I
Land
think
and those
I
kind
think
of
so.
things, or
I
what?
looked at some of the titles that they're bringing in
Dude,
there.
I
I
didn't know they were
noticed
doing that. How did I
Fire
miss
Emblem
that?
Birthright. Yeah, you can look it up. Probably find the
Ah.
trailer on it somewhere. But
Scott, you
so that
just hurt
was
me, dude. I'm not old.
I,
I'm not that old, am I?
the 3DS is now a classic, which means that the DS is also a classic, and the Game Boy Advance. All those are classics now. Um,
Uh,
they're doing a new version of Overcooked 2. Stardew Valley is getting put on the Switch 2, as is Human Fall Flat. Power Wash Simulator 2 was announced. This one with split screen co-op. With
okay.
also, I think it just kind of looks like an expanded version of Power Wash 1. I love Power Wash Simulator. It's a great time. It's funner with friends, which is probably why I haven't beaten all of it, because I never played it with friends. Anyway,
Power Wash Simulator? What?
yeah, they're putting out DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is that new game that came out a little while ago and kind of looks like Mario Odyssey. I kind of like it. It looks cool. I want to play it. But I don't have a Switch 2. They're putting out Pokemon Pokopia, which is like Animal Crossing, but you're playing as a Ditto that transformed into a human. So you go around talking to other Pokemon who have text bubbles so you can actually talk to them. and then you can learn their abilities to help manage your island in an Animal Crossing kind of fashion. It just looks like Animal Crossing, but you're playing as a
I
derpy
don't
human ditto.
I don't know if I like that. I can't
A
lie
lot
to
of other
you.
people were kind of they were strange about it. I'm skipping over Metroid right now because Nathaniel's going to want to talk about that later. Dynasty Warriors Origins, they're putting that on the Switch too, which is kind of like old Dynasty Warriors games. It kind of follows the same story that you go through in every Dynasty Warriors game, but you're playing as like a nameless hero this time. So you get to conquer China with a new character. The Dynasty Warriors are fun. They're going ahead. They got a couple other games they're putting on there. They're putting Monster Hunter Stories 3, which is like their the Monster Hunter Stories series is like the Monster Riders. You get to ride the monsters and fight other monsters. It's an RPG, so it's got some turn-based combat in it. Looks cool.
That's awesome. I like turn-based.
They're putting out Dragon Quest VII, which is being remade for the Switch and the Switch 2. They're redoing Danganronpa 2, and also putting that on the Switch and the Switch 2.
Dragon Quest is cool. Just wanted to say that. All right, move on.
Yeah, it's got that Akira
I would be
Toriyama
down.
style.
Know what I would like is I would really like to have more tactical or turn-based RPGs.
Me too.
Quest.
Is that too much to ask for? Like, I want specifically. Wow, my brain doesn't work today, guys. Hi, podcast. I'm awake. I'll get back to it. My brain just died.
They put out a trailer for the new Fire Emblem. I don't know if this is Fire Emblem 9 or 10, or maybe I'm just wrong. I don't remember where they're at right now. But Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is a thing. Looks like it has a little bit of connection to Three Houses, which came out back when the Switch showed up.
Three Houses?
So I don't know.
Who was that?
Three Houses. That was Three Houses was the one that introduced Byleth as the main protagonist.
So that's the last one
8
that we've
years
had
ago.
then.
Yeah.
Besides the Warrior games. It was
besides the Warriors
Three
games.
Houses, and then before that it was Corrin, and then before that it was Chrom, Lucina, and Robin.
Yep.
And then before that it was who knows who. Marth, I don't know.
For that they did the Shadow
DS
Dragon.
Yeah. And then
on the DS.
Then before that we had Roy.
The Shadow Dragon?
Elwood and Lyn.
Yeah.
What is this?
They put out another trailer for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, another Warriors game. So that makes 2 that they're putting on the Switch already.
Is it going to be on the normal Switch?
No. Just Switch 2.
Okay, just Switch 2. Yeah.
And I think it talks about Zelda's time in the past. Cool. And then the one I'm personally excited about, because I love this franchise, and I'm excited to see where this one ends the series, is Resident Evil 9. They're putting that on the Switch.
They're ending Resident Evil with this game?
They're ending the numbered stuff. So it started in Raccoon City, and now they're going back to Raccoon City after 40 years to end it.
Back again.
And I don't know if it was confirmed, but I think Leon Kennedy is coming back for this game.
He was from 4, right?
No, he was from 2.
Or whatever?
He was 2. Well, he was in 4. He was the protagonist of 4. He was in 2, 4, and 6. I don't think he was in 5. That was a Chris and Jill game.
That's where the Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's where things got weird.
3 Chris comes from.
The
Project X Zone Chris
in
comes from
a Resident Evil game.
Crazy, right?
Right?
It's a return to form. They did a different thing with 7 and 8 with a different protagonist.
With Ethan, right?
Winters, yes. But now that his story is over and they've kind of ended that, they're going back to finish the story up in Raccoon City. So
I think they did a very good job with 7 and 8. If I'm not mistaken, they did a great job. Those games were groundbreaking for their time too. They were amazing games.
They really tried out the first-person aspect, which they haven't done in Resident Evil up until that point. So now this game, Resident Evil 9 Requiem, it's going to have first and third person that you can switch between. And depending on which point of view you take, your character will act different. Like if you're in third person and you're running from the stalker enemy, there's a chance your character will trip. But if you're playing in first person, it also in the first person it enhances kind of like the scare factor and the ambiance and stuff. It also
That's
looks
actually
brutal
really cool.
and bloody, but I'm
That's
excited to
That's
possibly
that's
play the
Resident
game.
Evil,
We'll
dude.
see. Yeah.
Brutal and bloody.
Finally, there was a bunch of other games. There was some Pokemon stuff in there. But Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Okay.
Nate.
Okay. Before we get into that, Scott, I think you might have
Yes.
been bamboozled with the 3DS thing. I only saw stuff for the Virtual Boy.
Oh,
I didn't see any
yes.
things from
You
them.
just
Which
gonna make
that's
Scott cry like that?
like, why would they? I just think it's really funny, the Virtual Boy. I actually just think it's hilarious. I'm glad they're doing that, but I couldn't find anything for the 3DS. So
Oh, that's interesting. It is gone. Oh, no, I found it.
Oh.
is it from
Or
Nintendo?
maybe this is maybe I
Is
was
it one of those
bamboozled. You're
like
right.
fake movie trailers?
Dirt is
Is it one of
I
valuable.
those
don't
And I
things?
just wasted
know. Oh, yeah, no. It's fan made.
Oh,
I was
it.
wrong. Hey guys, I
Oh.
was wrong.
well,
I didn't read the hashtags at the bottom
I
of the YouTube
wish
video because I guess I have to do that now.
I wish that was real because, well,
Yeah.
I don't because I don't own a Switch 2, but also I've also lost my 3DS charger. So
Check your sources, folks.
uh,
So when I was like in middle school, I used to have the DSi XL, and those were the best things
Oh,
ever.
those were great.
I miss
it's
the
pretty
XLs were
great, man.
amazing because I have big hands. Okay, I have sausage fingers, and it fit my hands perfectly, dude. It was so good. I miss the DS. The DSi especially was a great system, and it had the Flip Note app. You guys
Flipnote,
remember that the
mhm.
Flip Note app?
Yep.
Yeah, and
I
all the
use that a
I
lot.
DSiWare games, Photo Dojo or whatever it's called.
Dude, I
I
had
can't
my
even-
favorite game of all time was this game called Drawn to Life. The first
Yeah.
one, I don't know why, I loved that game. I played it. I played it and beat the game like 30 times.
I remember seeing it in the stores all the time and being like, one day I'm gonna get this game.
It's a.
Never did.
I think you can get it on other consoles now. Like you can get it on the Wii. I think.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's a Wii game. I could be
I don't
completely
know
I don't
if it
have a
was
incorrect
ever
Wii
on the
about
Wii
anymore.
that.
Store or anything, right?
Our
You
Wii
don't
You
have
brick.
to.
can't
Yeah,
use the
but
Wii
the
Store.
thing is, the Wii has a physical copy.
That's what I was like, unless they have that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Uh, that is also the console they put Drawn to Life 2 on.
Okay,
Hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
the Wii.
Anyways, good game. Good game. I just
Metroid
wanted
Prime
to-
4, Nate.
Yeah, Samus has got a bike, and it looks really cool.
Looks like a light cycle.
I don't know
Samus
that.
isn't spending too much time in Smash Bros. Around Wario, is what I'm hearing.
I'm very curious how, yeah, just
Sure.
how the gameplay is gonna be. Like,
Yeah.
because with there being these more open things now, but I really like how seamless it is getting off the bike and on the bike, and how you've still got the mini map, and she can still um, shoot and all
Shoot.
that. I'll say this game, from what we've seen so far, to me, if the first Metroid Prime was a mix of Super Metroid, Halo, and Half-Life, this seems like they're leaning a lot more into the Halo. So far with
Yeah.
what we've seen on this game, a lot of it seems pretty Halo-y to me. So, especially now with the bike. So, I'm very interested to play it, and I think what's his name? Can't remember his name. Is pretty cool. The blue dude. So, he just looks
Silex.
cool. Yeah, he just looks cool. So it'll be fun to shoot him again.
I'm gonna
How
be
many
real.
times does Samus shoot the same enemies, realistically?
Like,
How many
too many
games
to
is
count?
Ridley in, Nate?
Okay, he's in one.
Is
He's
Ridley
in
just the main
two.
enemy always?
Now he's in two
He's
now.
the one who killed Samus's parents.
He's in
He's like
Metro
he's
Prime
not
1.
like the nemesis, but he's kind of the nemesis.
He's in. I don't think he's in 2 or 3, but I know he's in the first one. He's in Other M. He's in Fusion. He's in Super
Mhm.
Metroid. That's 6 games so far. I
Dang.
think 6
A lot of them.
games.
How many Metroid games are there? Oh my goodness, my axe is wow.
Like 10,
By the way,
Counting.
maybe 11.
Don't forget Did you forget Federation Force and
Okay.
Federation Force Pinball?
Okay, Metroid. Are we counting
Federation
remakes?
Force Pinball?
Are we counting remakes?
Yes.
The
We're counting
pinball game?
remakes.
Okay,
You're counting
so you
Yes.
got
pinball game?
Metroid, you've got Zero Mission, you've got Metroid 2, you've got Samus Returns, you've got Prime, Prime 2, Prime 3, Prime Hunters, Other M, Fusion, Dread, Federation Force, Metroid Prime Pinball.
I'm
So I
still
think
mind
that's
blown that
13.
we're using pinball games as a basis here.
I think that's 13.
Yes. All right.
And Metroid Prime 4 will be
14.
14.
You got
How
Dread in
do I
there?
make it 4?
4.
You just hold up
I
4
mean, like the
fingers.
shape. Ah.
Nathaniel, just like this. I'm 4 years old. I'm 4 years old.
4.
A 4,
I
but
don't know.
I
I'm
need to
4
also
years
make
old.
a 1. Okay, whatever.
So, Nate, you played Metroid Prime 1, right?
I did.
Have you
Yeah.
played all of them?
No,
Okay.
I will. I have them.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm the guy back
I
there.
don't think a lot of people are gonna. I think people have hyped this game up way too much, and it's not going to satisfy a whole lot of people.
Unfortunately, though, that tends to be the case, doesn't it? People
Not to
overhype
like
it.
drag the room down, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But I also don't care much about the Metroid Prime games. I love side-scrolling stuff. I'm not here for the first-person stuff, but I'm excited for the people who are excited for that game.
Scott, unfortunately, you are very old.
I am.
Yeah, that's why you like side scroll.
I think this game is going to be exactly like Dread was. Because Dread to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
this isn't perfect, but this was promising.
Yeah.
And, as a
Exactly.
Metroid fan, like, I enjoy this. And it was very a way a lot of people got into the series. So I think it's going to be the exact same thing. I think it's going to be like, there are some interesting ideas here. I wish they may have been, I wish they could have been executed a little better. But it still is a fun game. As a Metroid fan, I enjoy this. And it's probably going to be, like Dread, the best-selling game in the series. But is it going to blow up and make Metroid the biggest thing ever? No, Dread didn't do that. Metroid has never been the biggest thing ever. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think it's going to be just as big as Dread. I think it's going to review well, and people are going to go, yeah, this game is fun. It's cool. Worth waiting
I
for
think-
for the big fans and for the people who weren't waiting for it. I think they'll enjoy it.
I think Metroid needs to go all in and do a boomer shooter.
Like Doom?
Yeah.
Just Samus, but combat the whole time. That could be
You know,
interesting.
Nate, you haven't beaten Dread, but the ability to do that is possible.
Oh.
They could
Bro.
very well do that with the next Metroid game,
I'm just saying, a boomer
and it would
shooter
make sense.
dope. Like a Doom style
yeah.
boomer shooter with Samus. Tell me I'm
That
wrong,
could be
dude.
cool. It could
They-
be
they
cool.
could
It's
do
just not what. It's obviously just not what like people are looking for
Yeah.
from Metroid. But that doesn't
Oh, of
mean
course.
you couldn't totally make it and it be incredible. So like, yeah, I'd play that. That could be fun.
I do like the bike though. The bike looks cool, and I
Looks
like
cool.
how whenever she does the break, it looks like she's doing the Akira pose, which is so cool.
Yeah, I know everyone's
Last time
like
I saw someone do the Akira pose
Akira,
was Shadow the Hedgehog.
but it makes me the bike looks kind of like the Clouds bike from Advent Children.
Yeah,
So that just
Fenrir.
made me go, "Oh, man, I didn't even know they could make Samus any cooler, but they have. She has a bike
That
now.
suit's pretty slick. The red suit's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's interesting. How long are you gonna have it? We think. I think it seems like that might be the main suit for the game, and I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
So
Good question.
Uh,
Looks cool. I think that's about as far as I'm good to talk about the Nintendo Direct, unless you got more stuff you want to talk about, Nate.
I don't know what else there was. I didn't watch it,
No.
but I'm
Um,
excited and hopeful for Metroid, and
I
cool that they're
I
making another
definitely
Mario
shared all
movie.
the things that I
Those kind of
liked.
things. I probably missed about half of it looking up for that 3DS video. So all I heard was Dragon Quest
Sorry.
and keyed back in, and then was like,
Um,
so.
Yeah, it was like Overcooked, Stardew Valley, Human Fall Flat, Donkey Kong DLC,
That's
Monster
cool.
Hunter Stories.
I just saw a picture of
Yeah.
Diddy Kong. I like Diddy Kong. Just had to say that.
Yeah. You can in the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, you can return to Kong Island,
Which that's pretty quick to already have DLC coming out.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
and you can meet old characters and new characters and stuff.
As long as we
All right,
Scott, we had a 30-minute conversation the other day about Donkey Kong lore and the Donkey Kong
Are
family
you guys ready
tree.
for
We
me to
did.
show my age a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite old Nintendo games of all time was Donkey Kong Country 2.
It's a great game.
Wow, that's cool.
And I just sit there and play it on my uncle's old Game Boy.
Super Nintendo or whatever. Oh yeah, it was
I
on. It
haven't
was on the
played.
GBA.
Oh, the Game Boy one. I have played that game. That game is cool, man.
It's one of the best ones. It's also one of the most difficult platformers I've ever played in my life.
DKC
Because Donkey Kong.
is Mario with
Yeah,
the
man.
training wheels off, dude.
Dude, Donkey Kong is. There are some times where, like, if you're unlucky or you catch bad RNG, it is actually not possible to beat the game. And you're just like, all right, I'll go die now. Thank you. The mindset to the old school platformers
Whoa.
was they were in the arcade mindset of like, hey, we're making arcade games, and people got to be able to put quarters in and play these over and over and over and over and
Mhm.
over. So
Yeah.
instead of making a game that is fair, let's make it so that the further you get, the more stupidly
Yeah.
difficult it becomes for no apparent reason.
But back then, the mindset of the player was different because
Throw
they were
quarters
like,
at
"This
it
is
until
an
you win.
arcade." Well, but I mean, for home consoles, they were like, "This is a arcade game I get unlimited attempts at," so they didn't mind the difficulty. It's the retro gamer mindset, right? Because they're
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
it's free. Like I'm not having to. I just buy the game and I'm good. Like I don't care that this is hard. I get unlimited tries. And
You're like,
we
oh
just,
wow,
it's just not the
I'm
same
saving
nowadays.
hundreds of dollars in quarters on this.
Yeah.
But dude, with context, you know how much money those games used to
much.
cost? Because a quarter back then actually had value. Quarters now are cheap.
We don't even have pennies anymore.
Yeah. Well, they exist. They just don't make new ones because it's pointless. Oh, look. Hey, that thing I was telling you about, Nate. It leveled up again, so now it has haste, and I'm an
Whoa.
expert at wielding it.
10,000
Yeah.
hours spent using that axe there.
No. I've
He's an
broken a lot
expert.
of blocks though.
He's
Did you
an
say
expert.
expert?
No, I said expert. I wish I had said expert. Wow, Brandon. You're hilarious.
Expert.
On my axe. Okay.
Expert.
I
Sorry.
watched this week was the end of season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and my gosh, I won't spoil, of course. I don't know if you've seen it,
I'm
Scott,
2
but
episodes behind.
episodes 9 and 10, for me personally, are two of the most tragic Star Trek episodes ever, next to like The Inner Light, The Visitor,
Oh my gosh.
Siege of AR-558 or whatever. Like they're like those two were like those to me. And afterwards both times I was just like
Sad Nathaniel noises.
But I think
I
it was a really good season. I don't think season 1 was my favorite, but 2 and 3 were very, very strong. I think in some ways it was I'll say I think season 2 started off stronger than season 3 did. But I think they had maybe like an equal amount of great episodes. But these last two were some of my favorite Star Trek episodes ever. So, whereas like the big episode that stands out to me in season 2 is the war one, whatever that's called, with the Klingon ambassador and
the Butcher of Jagal.
yeah, that was a great episode. But yeah, I think going into season 4, I think they're going to do a time skip because, as far as I understand, Dad was saying that they're going to be bringing the show right up to where Kirk takes over the Enterprise.
Cool.
And I don't know if anyone has officially said this yet, but people are thinking they're going to maybe make some more like pre-TOS stuff with Kirk as a different show.
That'd be cool.
With the new Kirk. But they're going to take it
I
up
like the
there,
new
and
Kirk.
we have 6 years until then. In world, we have 6 years, and we have 2 seasons left. So if Andor season 2 can cover like 4 years in 12 episodes, I think they can cover 6 years in 20 episodes. So I'm assuming they're going to do a time skip going into this.
What the heck? My game just crashed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume they're gonna do a time skip going into the next season, and then maybe another one after
Sorry,
that.
guys. Give me a minute to get the game back up.
But yeah, it it was good. Strange New Worlds, even since season one, has been my favorite Star Trek show.
Oh,
So
it's been a good time.
it was cool.
this could take up to 5 minutes to load, by the way.
Yeah. What have you thought, Scott? You haven't watched the last two, you said? But
No, I started episode 9.
okay.
I yeah, I started it. I'll eventually get to it. I have a hard time watching things right now just because I feel like my weeks are so jam packed that it's like, okay, I got home from work. We're gonna make dinner and go to bed now, and start up again tomorrow. So I haven't watched a whole lot of anything.
Adulting
It's like
sucks.
like 2 weeks ago, I was able to watch a whole lot of things. Like I had a whole lot of time where I just like streamed Star Trek, and then this week started, and I was just like, oh man, I don't got a lot of time right now.
Did I lose any
So
progress?
I really like the characterization that they're doing with. I continue to like the characterization they're doing with Spock.
Yep. He's great.
I like all the new
And Ethan Peck
characters.
is
I
killing it,
like
so.
new Kirk. Pike is fantastic,
Yeah.
but I also like the guy that they have playing as Kirk right now because he's kind of got that William Shatner to him.
Yeah, but he doesn't go too far.
No,
It's very much
no, he doesn't.
his own version of the character, but it feels consistent enough. You're able to see it and go like, "Oh yeah, I can see how this guy becomes the
Yeah.
one who
I like
pauses
that
plenty
they
of times for dramatic
consistently put all of the
effect."
characters that Kirk interacts with are all the people who are a part of his crew in the original series. So he interacts with Uhura and
Yeah.
Spock and now Scotty.
Yeah.
And that's so cool.
And Chapel.
You know, you get to see it in Chapel, and you get like they had a whole episode where Kirk and Scotty were like, "We should get to know each other more." That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I like
It just
that.
happened
Yeah.
again. I don't know if I
Also,
can keep playing.
The only
I
two
love-
people he really interacts with, well, besides Pike, the only two, and
yeah,
when he sang with number one, that was great. The only two people he really interacts with besides that is his brother, which is good. We need that. We need more of that. Can I just say, they still need to do just a like I want Sam Kirk to have his own episode. We still haven't seen that. I want
Yeah.
a standalone Sam Kirk episode, because he's great, and I want to see more of his character. And so we see him interact with his brother and then just La'an, but which again, in season one, at the end of season one, there was that time skip into the alternate universe where La'an was first officer under Kirk, as
Was
far
that
as we understand. That was at the end of season one. The time skip.
Oh,
If Pike
Yeah.
never, spoilers, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that sometime soon. It's just a guess, like within season 4 or season 5, if she does that. But I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this Kirk's really cool.
it's cool that they're using the old Star Trek characters and they're kind of breathing some new life into them. I love that Uhura has her hair now.
Oh yeah.
You guys make me want to actually learn about Star Trek, but also I
It's
just went
cool,
on a
man.
deep. I just went on a deep dive about Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, and I already have too much Warhammer lore. I don't know if I could fit more lore up there.
I mean, Star Trek is it can definitely be a comfort show. You just have to be willing to go through it all.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Strange New Worlds you can kind of just watch.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to know a whole lot about what happened before. It could be just a good. All right, I'm gonna watch Strange New Worlds, and then if you want to go watch the original series, go watch the original series.
I'd say Strange
You
New
don't have to.
Worlds or Enterprise. Both of those shows
Don't get me wrong.
are very connected and not very connected. Like they
Yeah.
are
I have been
complete enough in their
forced
own
to
right,
watch.
but are still super connected to the rest of the universe.
So when I was in high school, my dad went on a Star Trek binge, and he watched every possible Star Trek show back to
Wow.
back to back to back to back. So I'm familiar with Star Trek, Unfortunately, I just didn't pay attention to it. It was cool at times.
Almarine, count to 4.
I don't know who my favorite captain is. Janeway is actually low
She's cool.
key amazing. No,
Janeway has a lot of moral dilemmas that she deals with.
Her and Cynthia.
Also,
yeah.
I love the concept of like, all right, we are stuck out in deep space by ourselves.
Yeah.
What the heck? We're stuck in deep space by ourselves. We don't have a rule book to play by because if we follow the rules, we'll die. So let's just wing it and see what happens. You know, I love that
Yeah.
mentality of like, all right, let's unlock our full U.S. Marines and see what we can come up with here.
But they're all scientists.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're like, hey, not only can we beat the Borg all the time, but also we rehabilitated one of them to beat us. 7 of 9. And then you have like one
and
of
then
the
they get
coolest
the Borg
characters.
kids and stuff.
Yeah, they get the
Yeah.
kids in last
Echeb.
season.
That's the only one's name I
Dude,
can remember.
Echeb's the only one I remember.
He,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and now that Picard season 3 has finished, spoilers to anybody who hasn't finished that, 7 of 9 is the captain of the Enterprise.
Uh-huh.
But she's
Was it
immortal,
the Enterprise
right?
or the
does she
Titan?
age?
It was the Titan, but they changed its name
Okay.
to the Enterprise.
And she's got
So
her
she-
second
flagship.
officer is Picard's son.
All right,
Or
so
he-
I
Even
no,
though
think
he's like
he's
an
their,
ensign or whatever.
like
Counselor,
counselor or
maybe?
whatever.
I don't know.
He's in like he just you. I don't know.
I think I
He's
know what caused
weird.
the crash. I'm gonna try and avoid it this time.
Jack Crusher is weird.
Yeah.
Is his name Jack? I think it's Jack.
It was Jack because Crusher, Dr. Crusher's late husband was named Jack.
Okay.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
she named her son
I
after
got
him.
I got a fun thought.
Fun
What fictional sci-fi character outside of Star Trek would make an amazing Star Trek captain?
Oh,
Oh boy.
I think Captain Keyes would do pretty good.
From
It's
Halo?
Halo, right?
He might be a little bit I don't know.
Just put him in one of the militaristic eras.
He's not very I think he's fine, but like it would be interesting to see a captain like him because every captain we've had has been pretty diplomatic, and I think I'm sure he's good at that, but from what I know of him, I don't think that's necessarily his strongest suit. Not that he isn't very, very patient. So it would be interesting to have a less diplomatic captain, but
Well, I mean, I feel like just put him during wartime. As a wartime captain, he would be a beast. Right? Like, he knows how to fight. He knows how to organize military.
Mhm.
So, unfortunately, by the way, I think I figured out what was causing the crashes. I don't know if I'm allowed to use Vein Miner right now.
Oh.
So, do it the hard way, boys. It's going to take longer. Anyways, back to the conversation.
Fictional characters as Starfleet captains.
They have to
I
be
have a question
sci-fi?
I'm gonna pose you,
From
Brandon,
sci-fi,
after this.
Uh-oh,
Sci-fi.
go
Okay,
for it.
okay.
Do
No,
they
no,
have to
let
be
me think
sci-fi or
about this
just
first.
fictional in general?
I mean, I could extend it to fictional. I think Gandalf would make a great Starfleet captain. To be real.
That's fantasy. That's not sci-fi.
Okay.
Well,
So-
but Nate said any
Are we? I'm
fiction.
clarifying. Are we sticking with sci-fi or just fictional?
I was very clear in my words. I said sci-fi.
Okay, I didn't remember your words, so. That's
How
my bad.
I said I'm dude. What happened to your memory? You
I-
used to have
okay,
such an amazing.
You know what happened to my memory.
I know someone who would be a great Starfleet captain. He's already a great captain in my mind, and he has a great way of getting people. He spurs people into action because he's great at slapping them around. Captain
Jeff.
Bright Noah. Of
Yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Oh,
I think he would
yo,
be
real
fine.
talk.
Yeah.
This is a crazy one. Are you ready? The I don't know if you've seen the show, but the guy from Cowboy Bebop, their
Spike
captain.
Spiegel.
Yeah, dude, he'd be good.
Isn't Spike
Okay,
just the main
alright.
character?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he would make a great Starfleet captain.
Brandon.
What's your question?
I don't know why I thought this, but my question that I wanted to ask you was convince me why the Salamander Sokan would be a great Starfleet captain.
If he were removed from the Warhammer verse and actually forced to be a good person, which he already is a good person. He cares about human beings. He has empathy towards other people, and just generally is nice. The problem you'd run into with even the salamanders who are nice people, them being a Starfleet captain, is the extreme levels of xenophobia just bred into them. So, he'd make a really good wartime Starfleet captain, and then immediately turn around and be like, "All right, we're gonna carpet nuke the Klingons now."
That's the same thing I was thinking about Captain Keyes, because in his universe, all aliens are trying to do is glass him. So
Yeah, and
like,
so that's
but
the thing. Like,
I think he would be trusting enough,
you,
you know?
that's the thing that I was not even gonna remotely suggest anyone from Warhammer because genuinely everyone in Warhammer are just jerks.
It's so funny because that I had to sit there and think about it because Sokon was the first person who came into my head when you
The
posed that
chapter
question.
master of the Salamanders of all
Yeah.
people. I'm like,
I was like,
bruh,
why
he
him?
he would be awful. He'd be, oh man, he'd be an awful captain. He'd just be like nonstop. And today, children, we're gonna watch Sokon commit war crimes. It'd be
Yeah,
awful. Alright.
Um,
cool. That was a fun question.
I,
I like
I
that.
would
That was
totally
that was a fun
dig,
little thing.
like, I think General
Check this out.
Skywalker could be interesting
Yeah,
as a captain.
I think
No,
Anakin
Another
and
Obi-Wan.
Kirk would get along.
another shoot first, kind of ask questions. But
Yeah,
I feel like Obi-Wan is too much. He's too much. It's just Picard.
yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely. How do you think Plo Koon and Cisco would get along?
I
Because
do.
I think they would.
I do. But I could
Scott, you
also
just
see
love
them being.
Platoon.
I do. It's
I don't
cool.
know. I think they'd be kind of close, but also, um, I don't know. I feel like they're almost too similar in some ways, but
I think so.
it would be. I think they would respect each other and probably work well together. I just don't think they would a lot.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Um,
I think another good Starfleet captain would be General Hammond from Stargate.
yeah, yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. His short time aboard the Prometheus would
The
be pretty cool.
Prometheus.
The Prometheus, what a cool
I
name for
would,
a ship.
Scott.
Stargate
Would
had some
you?
cool names. It had the Prometheus. It had the Daedalus. What was that third one? There was a.
I don't remember.
Was it the Apollo?
I have no idea.
How do I get
I
Clay?
think it was the Apollo.
Scott, would you?
Oh, Brandon, you're so dumb.
Who would you choose as a captain? Mitchell or O'Neill?
I wouldn't choose either of them as captain. No.
But if you had to
if
choose
I had
between
to
the
choose,
two, I
if
mean,
I had to choose one of the two, I would choose O'Neill.
I'd probably choose
I
Mitchell.
think Mitchell would be a great pilot, though, not a captain.
What about Daniel Jackson?
What about Daniel Day-Lewis, guys?
Charlie Day.
Oh,
It's a
man.
great captain right there. I don't
Um,
know. That's a good question, Nate. Who
I
would
don't-
you choose?
But what do you mean?
Who would be your
As
captain?
who would be your captain, Mitchell or O'Neill?
Oh, I'd probably choose Mitchell.
Okay, interesting.
Oh,
Um,
I just
I
thought
don't know.
about it. Okay,
I could just
hear
see
me out.
Mitchell wanting to do it longer.
Captain Shepard
Yeah.
from
But
Mass Effect.
but at the same time, like,
Ooh,
I don't know if we're choosing from like Mitchell or Neil or Daniel. I don't know that I look at any of those three and go, they would make a great Starfleet captain. I
'cause
don't.
They're not.
They
Captain
all
Mater-
have
they
their. The thing with Stargate
They-
is each character, and I like this, has very clear flaws.
Yeah.
And not that they don't have that in Star Trek, but it's more subtle. And so I look at those three guys and their biggest flaws, and I go, oh, I don't know if
This,
any of those
Nate,
dudes
this
would
might
be
be
great.
my internet.
I liked that little questionnaire.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah,
boy.
Captain Shepard from Mass Effect would be amazing.
I don't
I'm
know
going to
anything
agree with you
about
because
Mass Effect besides the cool menu song from the first game.
I have
don't know a lot
all
about
three
it,
of
but-
Mass Effects. I just haven't played them.
I heard one of them's co-op.
Oh, really?
Or the third. I think the third one's co-op. I could be wrong. If it is, I would love to play it with
I
you.
think the fourth one
That would be
was.
cool.
Yeah, but we don't talk about
Andromeda?
that one.
Hmm.
That was like
I
one of the
think
worst reviewed games of all time.
they are actually making a fourth one now, if I remember correctly.
They're just
The fourth
forgetting
one
that
was
the other one
Andromeda,
ever
though.
existed.
Andromeda, it was awful.
I think that was
Universally
more of like
agreed
a side
upon.
story, though. It was like a spin-off.
It just all came down to the fact that like they did a terrible job with the characters and the gameplay was a nightmare, and
Oof.
which is a shame because Mass Effect is a beloved series, but like even critics were like, dude, this game's actually not playable. And we agree with the players for once, which is crazy.
Yeah.
When the players and the critics are both on the same page, that's insane.
Oh, how BioWare has fallen.
Dude, they used to
Oh
be like
well.
the best.
I think, Nate, are BioWare the people in charge of the Old Republic
They did that, yeah.
MMO?
Oh, I don't know if they
Yeah.
still do the MMO, but I think they were. But I know they made the Knights games. I don't,
Oh, that's cool.
Knights.
whatever you guys think about
I'm
Alright,
those.
guys.
assuming that they're
I
in
don't.
charge of the Old Republic because
They're
that's
I
not
still
my
going
favorite,
on.
but
I have still never played Knights of the Old Republic or the Old Republic.
I would play the Old Republic with you, Brandon.
I'm already into an MMO though.
Yeah, I know, but it's such a WoW clone. It's such a WoW clone, but in like everything it does, the way it works, all of the little keep commands you can use, it's all just WoW. The only thing that I like better about WoW is it's Star Wars, and they do really good stories first.
yeah.
They have a lot of like from what I've heard, the Imperial Agent story is the best story in the game.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I've heard
where you're
that
just playing as like an
and the
Imperial
Jedi Guardian
sniper.
or whatever. Those two.
Dude,
Yeah,
I won't lie. If I ever play a Star Wars RPG, I'm not playing a Jedi if I can help it. If I have the option, I will 100% of the time play a bounty hunter or a droid or something unique. We play background. We played a Star Wars RPG tabletop game once with
Yeah.
Star
some
Wars
friends.
by
And
Fantasy Flight.
I'm pretty sure by the end of that campaign, I was the only one in it who didn't have any force powers, nor did I desire any force powers. But also, low key was probably like one of the most
Wait.
dangerous ones in that party, just because. Oh, we also did the rules wrong, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
it has a lot of rules
What do you
and it takes a
expect?
lot. Like, I don't think I actually like figured out how to successfully play that game. Like, I learned all the correct rules like 4 years after that campaign was over, and we weren't playing Star
And
Wars
we were
anymore.
ready to like do something with it again, but we never did. Oh, or maybe we did like
Yeah.
2 sessions and it didn't go well.
We tried to do Clone Wars, but we had so many people with conflicting ideas, and the campaign like frame didn't get communicated.
That was
like,
basically like the
that
last
was
time
my
I really
problem,
stopped
was
playing.
I failed
Or that was when I pretty
communicating.
much stopped playing was after that.
Yeah, and we only went for one more session, and then that was it.
I miss playing with you,
Um,
Nate. You were so much fun to be at the table with once you got older and less bratty.
I'd like to play again.
I
miss you
just would
guys.
want it to be
I
in
had,
person, you know?
Yeah.
I had
Because-
D&D last night with my group.
How'd it go?
My group. I mixed crew
Group?
and group together, and I made
You
group.
play D&D with Gru?
I played with my group. My Krupa.
With the
It was
group de
fun.
gras.
Goombas?
We played for
Wow,
2.5
that's so
hours,
weird now.
and the entire time we spent in a dungeon.
Mm.
As one
So
does.
it was a little dungeon crawl. It had 3 rooms, and they fought 5 specters and a wraith. So they got because we're doing Waterdeep. I've added a bunch of things in. So in Out of the Abyss, there is a random encounter where you find a a tomb that was part of a floating city of Netheril that crashed in the Underdark. So I took this little like 4 dungeon tomb and I put it into Waterdeep, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like just throw this in randomly somewhere. And I was thinking it was gonna be like a sinkhole was just gonna show up if they like rolled on a random encounter, and they would have the option to go through this tomb and just get loot and stuff. fight these wraiths, have a little fun story about Netheril and the Netherese Empire. Not that I was ever going to actually touch on any of that, because
Dude, the Netherese
Forgotten Realms
Empire
lore
is
Dude,
a lot.
crazy.
this is some of the most
Yeah.
fun stuff I've ever read about in my life.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
But
They were
it's
so overpowered.
not the focus of the campaign. So anyway, where it ended up being was in the basement. There was a hatch that in the basement of the party's tavern that led to this tomb. So they have a little mini tomb underneath the tavern that they can use if they choose to. I think they're just going to use it to inter the dead of their companions, because we had another character die last night.
Wow. You're ruthless.
We almost had 2 players die last night, or 3. We almost had 3 die.
Scott is genuinely ruthless, and I love it. It makes
all right,
him
so
so
the dice. Here's the thing:
more.
the dice rolls for me right now are really good, and the dice rolls for them suck. They're
That
so.
sounds like
I
a
have
problem.
our ranger she's only ever hit maybe 4 times.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so unfun.
no.
It's that
Dude,
bad.
it's all the Star Trek you've been watching, man.
I guess
That's not unfun. That's just unlucky, is what that is.
it's so unlucky. So she doesn't do a whole lot.
But it's fun to
The
hit.
only one who really does like the only time that people really do damage is if they use magic missile, or they're able to roll just barely above the enemy's armor class. So it's very rare.
What's like the biggest AC you throw at him? I'm just curious.
I think the biggest one I've thrown across him so far was a 16, and that was last night with a wraith.
Oh, wow.
Wait, they're not hitting us.
Keep in mind, they've killed a mind flare at level 3. No, at level 2, they killed a mind flare by using like walls and having an NPC to kind of help them around, which also got that NPC killed. So
Renair? Did Renair die? Or are we talking about Floon?
Renair died. They got Renair killed.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oof.
Mr. Orange
But they killed the
Hair.
mind flare, so that's cool.
Yeah, they did.
So they went into this tomb, and because one of their orphans they adopted, they were taking that orphan with them into the tomb for some reason.
Great idea.
And
Scott, I don't think I'll ever forgive you, by the way, for endangering those orphans. How dare you?
hey man, so they took the orphan into the dungeon with them, and then when our resident Underdark, our deep gnome, was like, "Hey, this is probably Underdark stuff. Let's get out of here." I was like, "Okay, you know what? What's the child in the situation gonna do?" And they're talking about art. We turn to Squidly, and I say, "Oh, Squidly's gone." And so they have to run through the dungeon trying to find this child, and they find him, and he's fine. He lives. He almost got killed. He almost got turned into a specter.
Oh, ruthless.
I let the dice. So whenever I would have one of the specters show up, and there were like multiple people around, if somebody hadn't hit it beforehand, I would roll a die. I'd say, okay, you're 1, 2, and 3, and if it's 4, I'm gonna re-roll, and it'd be like, okay, that's what it is. So at points, whenever the kid was near the specters, I'd roll, and I think he only got hit once, but it was enough. When a specter attacks somebody, they have to make a con save, and if they fail, their max HP goes down by the amount of damage they took.
To the listeners, I need you to hear this because I need it to be known.
Okay.
Our last Waterdeep game we played, we were going through an alley and Scott had an NPC with a necklace of fireballs throw them at a group of children in an alleyway.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but we're getting close to that. And if the kids are in the area, then that same thing might happen.
You are ruthless.
Well, so
Hey,
you have to understand
that's
the
how
reason I did that.
motivates the party to stop the bad guys. That's true.
Correct.
Yes.
That was the reason I did it.
It was brutal.
Not because I like,
It's tragic.
having kids get exploded, but it gives you guys a personal reason to go after the story, especially in a story that's not. It's not completely written very well. It's written more like a story, like it's supposed to say. It's kind of like, all right, and then your players are going to want to go do this, but it's like, okay, but actually, are they? Other than the module saying your players must go do this, there's no like direction for the DM to go. No. They're going to go do this. It's essentially figure it out. So naturally, it's take what they love and blow it up.
You're still
Um,
ruthless.
yeah,
it's Taken. It's John Wick. It's
yeah.
how do you motivate the hero kind of deal. It's
Um,
gosh, I'm trying to think of anything else
Hopefully your
that is
players
not
don't turn into
that
John Wick.
brutal.
That's a bit extreme.
yeah. So anyway, while going through this tomb, they've been hearing a voice in their head telling them, like beckoning them
That's not scary.
into the tomb. So they fight some specters. They find a big old mural talking about a sorceress. After fighting the specters, one of the specters killed their wizard, which was my brother-in-law's character.
Oh no.
Oh, squishy
This was
wizard.
his second session, and he got killed. So
You're ruthless.
Rogar, the blue dragonborn wizard, died. And then he looks at me and he goes, "I'm gonna come back as Brogar, his brother."
That's hilarious. Okay,
So I have Joe come around, look at my laptop while I have a character sheet pulled up, and I'm like, "Okay, choose what you're gonna play." And he starts scrolling down, and he's getting ready to click wizard again. I said, "You know what? Go sit down. You're just gonna use the same character sheet. I don't care." And so he changed the name, and so he came back as Brogar at the end of the session. Which was just playing the same character, just a different name.
that is the
But after
most
they fought the
D&D
specters,
thing ever.
they continued to go through and they found the Wraith, which was like the queen. You know, she was the boss of the dungeon. And so they start fighting the Wraith. And they find this little invisible box in front of her sarcophagus that's like, oh, this is where the source of the voice is coming from. So they kind of forget about the box in the middle of the fight. And because Rogar's dead body is in the other room, the Wraith rises the corpse as another specter. So they're fighting on both ends in this like tight hallway as a
You
Wraith and a
used his
Spectre are
own
attacking.
character sheet against him.
Oh yeah. No, I just used a Spectre. I just used his mini. And so I was like, you guys have to kill Rogar again. So they killed him. It got real close. Our blood hunter went down.
You're a monster. I
Yeah,
love
the blood
it.
hunter went down. Squidly, the child, got hit once, so he was 1 HP away. I had Josiah, my brother-in-law, who was playing Rogar when his character died. I said, "Okay, you're gonna be Squidly now, so that you're not left out of the fight." And so he genuinely tried to play good, but it got to the point where it was like, okay, this Wraith that does 20 damage attacks Squidly. He should, by all accounts, be dead, but I'm gonna let you roll a d20. If you get above a 10, he's alive at 1 HP, but after that, game over, bud.
It's over.
Kid's dead. And then I would use the Wraith to rise Squidly's body as a Spectre, but that
This
didn't
is
happen.
you basically going, why the heck did y'all bring this kid? Why the heck?
Yeah.
Yes, but also
It wasn't. I wasn't going at this with the thought process of punishment. It was just logically, this is what what the bad guys would do.
Scott, this is why you're a good DM, because I don't know if I would have the heart to use a child against a party like this. I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
They're all college kids. It's fine.
I never did this
near
for you guys,
the
though.
end of the encounter, when things were looking real bad, our ranger was dropped down to 2 HP because she took so much damage and failed the save that her max HP was brought down to 2. So she couldn't heal any higher unless the Wraith was killed. Our Bard was also getting down. He was down at like 14. They've remembered that they opened this box that had this talking voice inside. And so my wife, who's playing a sorcerer, but she just took a level in Paladin, she's like, I'm gonna look in the box, and she reaches her hand in and pulls out what is a sun sword with a sentient
Whoa.
voice. And so they're able to use the sun sword and the light and the sun. It makes the Wraith and the Spectres, they have sunlight sensitivity, so they get disadvantage on their attacks. And they're able to use that to turn the tide, and they kill the Wraith and the Spectre. And so they're able to get out of that little dungeon. And they get like
real
2,000
lightsaber.
gold just of different things. Yeah.
You just
So-
love your sun swords, don't you?
So that was what was in this little encounter. It's called
Oh,
the
really?
Tomb of Kaim. Kahim, K-H-A-E-M. But it's in the Out of the Abyss book, and I just took it from that and I put it in Waterdeep, just
You
because
just
I love that
reminded
little
me
encounter.
of Judah and his sword.
Nomio? Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
You gave him a sun
Nomio.
sword too. That's what I thought of.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Um,
good times.
But I would love to play D&D with you guys again. I don't know how, but it'd be so much fun to play.
Scott, I'm down to do 2 or 3 person sessions online. I wanted to play when I visited you in Florida, but you guys couldn't make it work. It is what it is. Ooh, I'm gonna starve to death. Yeah, dude, that's dope. I love it.
D&D is fun.
I'm munching on apples right now.
I would
munching on nothing.
Just because I just thought of this when you brought up the old Star Wars RPG system. I would still totally love, like, if I could have my way, saying, like, if I could choose, oh man, I'm gonna get to play an RPG with a group of guys. What are we gonna do? Whether I'm GMing or not, I just would love to do a Star Trek game.
Star Trek?
Yeah, still, like, we talked about that. We never did it, but I just think that could be a lot of fun. It's just so different, but I would just love to do that.
If I play a Star Trek game, I'm wearing a red shirt the entire time. And I will tempt death the entire way.
I know when we talked about maybe doing it before, you said you wanted to be a Ferengi engineer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'll play a Ferengi engineer with a red shirt. I could not be asking to die more.
I wanted to play an Andorian. The blue dudes with the little antennas.
Oh, yeah, the dude from Jabba's Hut. Sorry,
sure.
that was a stupid joke. I'll go sit in the corner now. Thank you, guys.
Good. You go sit in that corner.
A Wajawuda, or whatever that meme is.
A Chupa. Yeah.
It
would be so much fun. There are so many like little systems that I would love to play. Like I would love to do the Fallout system. They made a system for Fallout 4. And it's pretty solid. It's cool. They have they released a like an adventure module alongside it called I think it's a Children of Adam. So it's all about the people who worship the atom bomb. So there's a Children of Adam cult that show up in Boston and in Diamond City. And so you have to go around, and it like culminates in the glowing sea. And there's little things that lead. It's like a year before Fallout 4. But it's pretty neat. It's cool. I listened to a
Fallout
read through of the adventure, and I'm like, that's so cool. I would love to play that.
Fallout lore is so cool. It just takes a lot to get into. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
No way it's as hard as Warhammer though.
Unironically, it might be equally crazy.
Depends on which Warhammer game we're playing, because there's a bunch of different ones.
Oh, I don't mean the games. I mean the lore.
Oh.
Fallout lore goes hard. Like crazy.
It's pretty cool. It's one of my comfort things to listen to.
Really?
It's just
That's
weird Fallout stuff. Yeah.
I just don't. I just can't imagine the words Fallout and comfort going together.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fallout lore
is a YouTuber I listen to who just has all that stuff in his head. He does Fallout lore, and then he does Elder Scrolls lore, and that's how I know as much about those two as I do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love the fact you're just like, yeah, he does Fallout and Elder Scrolls. That's his thing.
Bethesda.
Another game I would like to do TTRPG would be so Brandon, you and I have done the Alien system before. We did a small campaign. Cool. It's a fantastic campaign, and it's one of those games that I would love to use that system for Resident Evil. I think it would be such a cool Resident Evil system.
It would be, yeah.
You just replace like the xenomorphs with like the lickers from 2, and then your normal like bad dudes will just be like just zombies.
Liquor.
Brandon.
Stop.
What? What? That was Nate being like, Brandon.
I know exactly where you're going.
What do you
Okay,
guys
I'll
want to
shut up.
talk about next?
I've still got my topic that I've been holding on to for
Oh,
a month.
I thought your topic was gonna be the Nintendo stuff.
No. Remember the game lore?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that was my topic.
Okay.
Still haven't done
What
that.
was the game lore again?
Do we want to get into that?
Oh, obscure game lore. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. It's been a bit. But let's finally actually get around to this topic instead of getting off topic with whatever episode 16 was about.
Nate, we don't know how to stay on topic here.
Um,
Entropy.
Don't put that on me.
so I'll reiterate the question. Let's talk about games that have super cool lore that is either never talked about in general or not focused on by the game. The prime example we kind of used last time for talking about like inexplicit or indirect storytelling was Dark Souls, where they kind of
The game is
most of it is just experienced by you playing, and most of the lore is just there to like build out the world. But there is a lot of interesting stuff that you can find through like item descriptions and all that kind of things. They just don't really um, talk about it. You have to look for it. And then there are other examples of games where they do talk about it, and everything is kind of there, like face value, but you don't necessarily, you actually like really have to pay attention to it and infer some stuff and read between the lines, and it
Half-Life.
kind of makes you go like, oh, I wish they focused on this more. So there are a few different things I want to talk about. We could get into Dark Souls, though I don't
think we can
necessarily.
talk
I
about
feel like
it,
plenty
yeah.
of people have talked about Dark Souls. I don't know that we really need to jump into like what we
Yeah.
think of their storytelling and that kind of thing unless you want to. But there's
Half-Life lore goes
two
hard.
that I really think of that I want to talk about. One, well, I'll say three. Okay, so one is Metroid. I think Metroid's got
Mm-hmm.
some really cool lore. They just don't go there. I mean, that's not the kind of, they're not story games, but I kind of would love to see official, besides just like that one official manga in Japan or whatever, like really dive
It's not
into
really
the
official
world
anymore.
and let's learn about the Federation and let's learn about how does their government work and like all those kind of things. I think would be really interesting. Um, and then another is Mega Man. I think Mega Man has really good
Whoa.
lore, and I think it's also like what's most interesting to me about Mega Man is its stories with the Reploids and all that kind of stuff. But I just want like a really serious Mega Man story, and they just don't really. Again, it's not
You don't
necessarily
like
that
Mega
type
Man
of
games
game,
anymore.
but I would really love them to focus more on their stories. But the one that really started this whole conversation, and so Scott, I'm going to give you your soapbox. I hope you're ready. Is we had this long talk on the phone about Monster Hunter and how it's actually post-apocalyptic and all this crazy stuff that is just been being implied since Monster Hunter 1 that I had no idea existed. That sounds like some of the coolest stuff ever to me. Scott, tell us about how Monster Hunter has super cool lore that until the newest game, where they're actually trying to have a serious story, you may not ever know that it existed.
Okay. I am not ready, but I'm about
You,
as ready as
you
when I
gotta
talk to
be.
you.
You
So,
gotta be
uh,
now.
I guess to Brandon, did you know that Monster Hunter was kind of a post-apocalyptic to society?
You guys have told me this
Okay.
multiple times actually, which is cool. I did not know
Hmm.
that.
Um, I th-
Post-apocalyptic.
a lot of the lore you can find about all this stuff is from in Monster Hunter when you're getting ready to accept a quest to go hunt a monster. Sometimes there's gonna not sometimes all the times. There are like little notes. It's like little notes from the person who's giving the quest, the NPC, um, which is like, yeah, these monsters showed up and they're making a mess over here, and I can't farm because of this. Which to put this into perspective is the goal. Your character is a monster hunter. It's their job to go hunt these monsters. Um, we call them monsters, but in reality,
They're
they
just
are a
wild
part of. They're wild
They're
animals.
just
They're a part of the ecosystem.
huge.
And there was a big event that happened like 1,000 years ago where society was it was like a Tower of Babel situation. They were so technologically advanced, like genetic mutations, weaponry. They were making. I don't think it's like totally canon. It's kind of inferred to now. They were making monsters. They were genetically engineering monsters to use as their weapons. Um, and so that was kind of a big deal. When you play God, you tend to get
slapped
spited.
down.
And so that's what happened. And there's an in-lore monster. Well, there's a monster called Fatalis. It is a black dragon. It is big. It's the big monster hunter boss in the first one, and I think in the second one.
Yeah,
And
it
in
was in the
World,
second,
which
yeah.
was a couple years ago. And it's probably looking like Fatalis is also going to be the boss in Wilds. But
And he's a good
Fatalis,
boss.
its whole lore thing is that in one night it wiped out a kingdom just because it just hates humanity.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not like
and
a normal thing that it's defending itself or just it thinks it's
yeah,
this territory. It legitimately, it's not running off instinct. It actually has a will and just doesn't like people, which is just
I don't remember
crazy.
if it's
It functions with
Fatalis.
malicious intent.
Yes, I don't know if it's Fatalis or if it's another monster, but it's said that its scales are so hard because all the hunters, and this could be another monster, but I'm gonna look this up real quick. Fatalis. Yeah, you might have to
Okay.
cut this out real quick, just while I look this up real quick.
Nah, leave it in.
All right, it's gonna be a long like pause because I just didn't know. Okay, there we go. I found it. In Monster Hunter lore, Fatalis is described as melting the armor of fallen hunters and incorporating it into its own scales to make them harder and stronger.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's pretty metal. Um,
Not as metal as the
so
weird thing Batman did with that tube. That was horrible.
All right, we didn't need to. We didn't dive
Okay.
that into it.
it's weird. He melted a scientist's face. Oh, Batman. So
awkward.
Fatalis, I think the way that, if I'm remembering this correctly, and if you want to know more about the lore, there's plenty of places you can
There's
go
some
find this
great.
online.
There's this one really good page about the ancient civilization
Yeah.
on the fandom. That is really cool.
Mm-hmm. But you can also just go play the games, and maybe you'll find some stuff.
Well, you could if they were on modern
So
platforms. Capcom, where's the Monster Hunter Legacy collection?
they're too busy with Mega Man right now.
Yeah, for
um,
once.
so the idea is that a long time ago, humanity got too zealous with all of the monster stuff that they're working on, and like killing dragons and other creatures, that Fatalis stepped up and said enough is enough and essentially wiped out what was the old world. So when you fight Fatalis in Monster Hunter 1, I think it's implied that it's the same Fatalis that wiped out the civilization long ago.
Which
And
that's wild.
And every time you fight Fatalis, it is the same dragon. In
That's
Monster
wild.
Hunter, I think it's Monster Hunter 2, you can fight White Fatalis, which is Fatalis after it just gets old. And it's like, I think it's in the notes of like the quest notes where it's like, yep, this is the one that killed that kingdom a long time ago. Go deal with it. But it also doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's Black Fatalis, which is the normal one, White Fatalis, which is supposed to be the old one, the old version, and then you've got Red Fatalis, where it's like he took a nap in a volcano and now his scales are red. And it's all kind of like implied that, oh, this thing is all the same dragon, and then you fight Black Fatalis in Monster Hunter World. So it's like, how does all
Yeah,
this work
you
unless it's
gotta
like a
assume
like a
some of that
cell
is like, or
situation?
some of that is just not. Just I guess, not that anyone loves to hear this. It's just like not canon. Like some of those fights aren't canon. Because if it's the same
Yeah,
one, then any of the times where it's been repel instead of slay, like that probably didn't actually happen.
it's
But I
kind of
just
like
wanted to
it's
give you
kind of
the
like you have to
opportunity to
squint.
see all that.
Yeah, you have to squint to see uh, what's going on. But even then, it's just a lot of implication.
Yeah, but it's just
So the
interesting
idea is that
implication, right?
Fatalis is one of a kind, but Elder Dragon. So you've got monsters, and then you have what are called Elder Dragons, and Elder Dragons are the top of the line. You know, these are the ones that whenever they move from their ecosystem into another one, the ecosystem collapses because they're not supposed to be there. That's the whole part. That's the whole point of Monster Hunter World is stopping Elder Dragons from destroying the ecosystem.
Yeah,
So
that's why the hunters hunt.
Fatalis,
It's to protect the
yeah,
food web, that kind of stuff.
Fatalis stepped up, broke everything. But what happened? One of the I think the last things that old civilization made were the hunters, which the hunters are not normal people. They are essentially super
Captain
soldiers,
America.
which is why they're able to swing around giant 200-pound sheets of metal that are swords to fight these monsters, is because they're just better
Buff.
people. If once again, this is my inferred lore from what I've read. So if it's wrong, and you're a lore junkie out there, sorry, I got it
Be
wrong.
angry at him a lot and yell at him in the comments. He loves
Sure,
it.
yeah.
It's his favorite thing.
So anyway, but after civilization fell and people started building things back up again, it gave humanity the chance to be a part of the ecosystem. And so the hunters are a core part of the ecosystem that when things get messed up, they go in and they take care of it so that life can continue the way it's supposed to. That's what Monster Hunter is. That's what your hunter is all about. So every time you're going on a quest to go do something, it's because, hey, this is wrong. We have to fix it so that the world can progress and we don't make the same flaws and mistakes as the old world. Another thing in there, another little lore bit is um, the hunters, like the weapons they have aren't used for killing people. You don't ever see any of the hunters or any of the people that exist in the world attacking another person. Um, it's just there's a quote in Wilds where your hunter, the character you're playing, says, "We don't use these tools to harm humans. They're like he says they're tools. They're used to slay the monsters and to put things back into order." Um, but in lore, there's like I don't know if it's lore. It's kind of like pseudo lore, where they talk
Probably
about
like a law that they're not allowed to.
yeah, but there are these things called guild knights, and they
Oh.
look like red mages from Final Fantasy. They've
Final
got these large,
Fantasy.
like musketeer like hats with the feather and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
they
there's
got
one
they
in
have
the
you can
Gathering
get
Hall of
their armor
Generations.
sets, and they have two rapiers on their belts. Rapiers aren't going to do a whole lot to a big monster. They're a lot better at fighting people. So I think the implication to that is whenever somebody steps out of line, then the guild sends the knights to go take care of them, the people. There's kind of this dark undertone to all of this.
The Guild Knights are the boogeymen, pretty much.
Yeah. So Monster Hunter, there are multiple places in each of the games where you can go to, and it's like this is clearly a ruined structure. Like this is a giant tower where they like kept this monster chained for thousands of years because it was too powerful or something. Um, so you have all these places in here where it's kind of like this is a cool map, but it never really is explained. Like this is the lore of where this tower came from, who made it, why is it here,
Yeah.
why are we using it as a hunting ground? Because monsters just live here now.
Yeah.
It's just been reintroduced into the ecosystem as just a place that people make that monsters make their nests. Um, so Monster Hunter has all this crazy lore that they don't touch on too much,
And there's even some
but it's there.
monsters that
It's present.
are that there's nothing more than like, yeah, we just put this in the game, and you're like, what the heck is this? Like the Nakaros? I think that was in Monster Hunter
And the
Gen.
Carcos.
I'm like, what the heck is this thing? And there's nothing on it. It's just you fight it
It's a
in this
Hydra.
game, and here's what the description says, and it's in this cool. I'm like, whoa! They had the cool song for it and everything. Like, what the heck is this thing?
There is a recent theory, just going back to Fatalis real quick. They're doing another crossover with Final Fantasy 14, which goes both ways.
Oh, dude, imagine if Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter were in the same world.
So
Please,
that's
no.
it's not
too
exactly
complicated.
what I think they're doing, but they're bringing in a raid boss from Final Fantasy 14 as a monster that you can fight in the game.
Behemoth?
It's called Omega. No, Behemoth was in
It
World.
was in World.
Okay.
This one's called Omega, and Omega is a robot. It is a
It's an
it is
Allegan
a
robot,
dragon
right, or
slayer.
whatever?
Yeah, it's made by the Allegans in Final Fantasy 14. In that game's lore, once again, if I remember it correctly, because my brain is also a human brain. Omega had gone through the what is essentially the galaxy and wiped out all of the dragons that existed. The Allegans made it to go kill the dragons, and so when it comes back to the main planet of Hydaelyn, it's like, okay,
Gilgamesh.
mission complete. I'm here to stop Bahamut. But the fact that this monster is showing up in Monster Hunter now makes people think, oh, it's coming after Fatalis. Is Fatalis going to be the final boss of Monster Hunter Wilds? And if that's the reason, it implies that Fatalis is in some way, shape, or form a multi-dimensional creature. It is essentially, it's like a force of nature. It's not from the Monster Hunter world, which is why it was able to wipe out the old civilizations so easily. It's not from here. It's an invader. Which is a cool little theory that I am here for. Not saying that it bridges Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter the same thing, because wow, that would be really cool. It's also kind of weird, and a lot of those things don't go around too well. Monster Hunter doesn't have magic. Final Fantasy has a lot of magic.
That could be cool though.
It would be so cool. I mean,
Okay, but I know how to explain the magic, no magic thing. Are you ready? I mean, you just simply make it the magic of Final Fantasy is connected to the world they live in. It has nothing to do with like
yeah, it could totally be that.
Yeah, it just has everything to do with like just the world we are in has magic in
Well,
it.
Final Fantasy has also had their magic be pretty much different in most of their games. In many of their games, I mean, the way their magic works.
So there is a
some
rebuttal to
degree.
this, because if these crossovers are treated as canon in the Monster Hunter world, which I believe they are, Geralt, the Witcher, was able to use his magic. So magic can still exist. And Geralt's a little weird because he's got mutations and stuff, but he was still able to use his magic. And
you could
while
use
this
his magic.
part may not be canon, your character would be able to learn his signs.
His fire thingy.
Yeah.
Well, I think his stuff is less magic, and it's weird. Like Witchers,
right? Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it could be a mutation.
Weird... Not even that, actually. It's more like Witchers have this ability to, like, it's genetic with them. I know
it's like elvish stuff, because of the elves in that world, and they got some elf blood nonsense going on. Witcher lore is really cool too, but that's not what we're talking about, because it doesn't apply to where the Nathaniel's topic. Yeah, so that's Monster Hunter.
Because
there's a lot more if you really want to get into it, because it's kind of cool. Yeah,
they have books.
Very much so.
So what are some games you really like that you man, I wish they like really dove into the story more and the lore, and I'd love to know more.
I wish they would go deeper into the Half-Life lore and actually like kind of show us the like more of the alien side, because like the whole thing of Half-Life is like you're a scientist discovering interdimensional technology in the first game, and in doing so you invite these aliens to your world by accident that aren't necessarily trying to invade but are actually fleeing from another bigger alien threat. And then Half-Life 2 cuts forward like several years later in the future, and it's like, oh yeah, you know those aliens that you thought were the bad guys? They're actually the good guys, and now humanity is enslaved by this alien species. And there's this mysterious figure known as the G-Man, who no one actually knows where he comes from or who he is, but like he can just magically appear and disappear at will.
That sounds like Resident
And
Evil.
And then we know Portal's
yeah,
in the
kind of.
future of that world, so
Yeah, and it's like, what in the world is going on? I just want them to elaborate. And I could take the time and be like, I'm gonna research Half-Life lore. I don't want to.
but it's again the Dark Souls situation. It's like, this is super interesting, but I I'm thankful for those YouTubers that have studied all this for me, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have the attention
it's
span for that, dude. This is
it's
too much.
crazy trying to learn all this stuff.
Yeah. No, that's a good topic though, Nate. I like that one.
Um,
How about Pokemon?
ooh.
Pokemon is weird.
Dude, okay, so there's
because,
that
like,
one theory, that one game theory from years and years ago about how like one of the gym leaders, like an electric gym leader or something.
Surge.
Yeah, how he had a Pokemon that might have like fought in a war
The
and
Pokemon War.
whatever,
That's what I was thinking of.
and how there's probably a timeline split between the Mega Evolution games and the non-Mega Evolution games. And I heard all that and I went, dude, this is actually, yeah, this is really really interesting. And there's also this one Pro ZD video where it's him like lying in bed with his 3DS, I think playing Sun and Moon, and it's just this random NPC gets like really existential, and he's like, "What the heck, Pokemon? Like at like 3 a.m. This is what you're for a kids game. This is what you're making me deal with." But
dude,
yeah, they could totally do a lot with Pokemon. Uh,
dude,
I would
okay.
love
This is a
to learn. That's the thing is you go some of these things. It's like, oh, it's a Nintendo kids game. Are they ever really going to flesh out all of this? But I just want to know. I'm so curious.
It's probably been fleshed out for years. I think they put more effort into like the whole Pantheon thing and like how the Pokemon are technically like not subservient to human any way, shape, or form, and they're actually like almost sentient on their own. And some of the Pokemon are far more intelligent and more powerful than even those powerful human scientists.
Oh
And so
yeah,
it's
I mean,
actually
YouTube.
it's like
Arceus is God.
it's literally unethical for you to be throwing them in Pokeballs and using them to fight each other the way you do, but it just
Yeah.
keeps happening. Like, I have a crazy. Okay, hear this. What if Pokemon is an alternate version of Monster Hunter, and it's what Monster Hunter could have been if they would have used their powers for good
Gosh.
genetics instead of bad?
You know, I would be interested in seeing where that goes.
This feels
I don't think
very
it'll ever
Sans'
happen.
Nest to me.
I don't know
Um,
what that means.
that reminds me of just like Capcom lore, because Nate, you were talking about Mega Man,
No.
but
Yeah.
this is less. Oof, this is less of the topic, but back when Devil May Cry was being created, it was going to be a Resident Evil game.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah,
Crazy
but
stuff.
Where you
it
get
was
to just
so
beat the
over
crap
the
out of all the
top and
the zombies.
crazy. Well, it wasn't going to be zombie. I mean, it was still going to be the whole like the demon
Oh.
aspect. But in Devil May Cry, they kind of frame that as it's like they're different dimensions. So like they're actually aliens.
Okay.
But you know they also call them demons and stuff, and you fight things from hell. And I think even
It's
you
actually
end up
the
going to
same
hell.
thing from Warhammer. Actually, they
Yeah,
call them
War-
demons, but it's like no, they're an extra dimensional plane. They're not actually
it's
demons.
well D&D does the same thing too.
Demons.
Yeah.
And in 2E they gave them different names, and it was kind of like, well, they're actually like aliens.
Yeah, I want to talk about
Um,
something crazy.
Wait, what else does that? That's also basically,
Doom.
and Demon Souls. They're eldritch.
Yeah.
They're literally aliens. It's not
They're
dude,
abominations. from
where's
the
there's
unknown.
never
Yeah.
I can't think of a single example now. I mean, I'm sure like okay, Diablo, that's probably just straight up like this is a
Dante's
thing from hell.
Inferno.
But like
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
but even Demon Souls is like these are actually aliens. We're just not gonna. You just don't know that because it's medieval, and so they're assuming like.
Yeah, like-
Do we have any more games that we wish we could learn more about the lore, or are we ready for final thoughts?
I'm ready for final thoughts. I mean, I'm not too what's the word? Not opinionated, but I'm not too I'm sometimes a huge lore guy. It depends on the verse or how interested I am in it. There's nothing out there that like I don't know the lore to, or that I don't know the basics of the lore to.
Yeah.
But I'm
There are
also a
games out
massive
there,
nerd.
but I can't think of any that I currently play that have lore that isn't upfront. I play a lot of story games, so
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think. Yeah, that's where
Stardew
we're at.
Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew
Oh,
Valley.
I'd be
There's a
interested in
war going
Star
on in that
Fox.
world. Ooh.
Dude, it's just Nintendo franchises.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, you're sleeping on so much. First of all, okay, my topic.
Mario.
Hey, next episode of Conversations on a Broken Couch, I'm going to present my pitch for a new Star Fox game. There you go.
Ooh.
That's my
Fancy.
topic.
You should there's an indie game being made right now. If I can find the trailer real quick, I'll send it to you. But it's like there's no new Star Fox game. Fine, we'll make it ourselves.
Wassel aside, but Star Fox.
Okay, I got one more question for y'all. What is a game that has not been made in a decade that needs a sequel that you would pay real money to see made?
Star Fox.
Star Fox.
That's it?
Mega Man X9. Uh,
Yeah, Mega Man X.
Mega Man
That's a good one.
ZX3.
That's it? Just
Dark
Mega
Souls
Man Star
4.
Fox?
Yeah,
I don't think
not
we need a
Mega
Dark
Man.
Souls 4. I
I'd
like the way
play it.
Dark Souls ended. I think it ended
I'd
well
play
though.
it.
I don't think we need it.
Um,
I would fight that one. We don't need a Star. We
Bloodborne
don't need it.
2. We don't need that either.
We need Bloodborne 1 to be on PC first.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen though.
Look here. I will hold out hope.
I'm being real with you, man.
I'm good for
I
final
don't
thoughts.
see it happening.
Guys, we kept this one mostly
Oh,
upbeat today. We
Final
didn't
Fantasy
complain too much.
X-3. Still haven't played the first two, but apparently
think we
that's gonna
did.
happen as well.
Guys, we kept it positive. It's incredible.
I enjoy talking with you guys and just having a good time.
Having a
Fun.
good time. Having a good
Dun,
time. No.
Dun dun dun. All I think about is the
The
Team
third
4-star
Sonic
version of that
storybook game.
song.
I
Oh
can
my
keep
gosh, the
going.
pirate one or whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I got a heroic hatchet. Let's go. Sorry.
All right, well,
So should we do a just a quick progress look at the island for Sky Factory here? I'm a little slower than some people who
Is the
play this
stream
mod
on?
pack, but...
the stream dropped
Oh, dang it! It
a while
crashed
ago.
again. I'm sorry. It keeps crashing.
It's okay.
All right, but hopefully it won't crash this time. All right. So when we
Let's see where
started,
you're
I'm
at.
sorry, we missed like the last 30 minutes. So I started right here on this block with a tree. I made a small platform. I have all of these composters to make dirt. I have chests for all my inventory and stuff like that. Let me put everything away so we can get a real look at the inventory. I have made tools out of stone for Tinker's Construct with all of these things here. I made a small grass area that eventually will spawn animals if I'm lucky. I don't know what
Wow.
biome I'm in.
It says you're in Taiga.
I have my tree farm. So animals should spawn in Taiga. Maybe.
That's cool, man.
And then over here, I have a mob spawner. Wait, do I hear a slime? Because that's huge.
Yeah, on your right.
It looks huge.
Well, I mean, it's important. Slime balls are a big deal in this mod pack. Yeah.
You got a zombie head.
Oh, another game. Another Dynasty Warriors Gundam game.
Ooh, that would
I
be
thought
cool.
we're on final thoughts, and you're over here like.
I'm just answering your question. I've been thinking really hard about this.
How about not another Star Wars game?
Done this. Yeah, dude. So, yeah, we're nerds. Video games are cool. Play Sky Factory.
Go obscure
Unleashed
lore.
3.
Force Unleashed 3.
I don't know. Do we want a Force Unleashed 3? Again, I feel
Sure.
like they ended it at a good spot.
Yes.
They had the
Made
story for it.
non-canon.
Here's what I would add to the discussion of sequels in games and stuff. Sometimes you don't need a sequel to a game. Stop making the
Yeah.
sequel.
I would
Just
agree.
if you end it somewhere well, let it be done. Don't continue making something if you don't need to make it. It's pointless and it can lead to frustration if you don't live up to the hype. Just don't give yourself that headache. Yeah, that's my answer. Oh yeah,
Okay,
also I have a
final thoughts
Crucible.
then.
Cool.
Minecraft is fun. Play it.
Scott, your final thoughts.
Nice. Look up obscure lore. It's fun.
What are some of your favorite games that have obscure lore that you wish all you Shadow of Colossus fans wish you knew what
Oh
the
my
heck
gosh,
was
that's
going
one.
on in that game?
If you don't know what's going on in Shadow of Colossus, welcome to the crew. No one knows what's going on in Shadow of Colossus.
There are some people who kind of know what's going on.
Probably just as
Nah.
much
It's just
as
not
they know
us.
what's going on with Dark Souls.
If you
so.
claim to know what's going on in Shadow of Colossus, you
I think there's a
are
the in there that I forgot. Shadow of the Colossus.
lying
Whatever.
to me.
Uh,
Check this out. 1 second before we get off. Are you ready? Making lava.
That's how that works.
Oh,
I'm making lava
wow.
right now. By putting a torch, which clearly has enough heat, under a
Yep, that's how that
crucible,
works.
filling the crucible with stone, the torch will slowly turn it into lava. Because, yeah, that's how that
All right,
works.
Nate.
Twerk for
Hey,
trees!
my final
Twerk for the
thoughts.
trees! Sorry.
Thank you for watching. Yeah, we will see you in Dose weeks, and I'm not talking about the second Monster Hunter because apparently everyone calls it Monster Hunter Dose. No, I'm saying we'll see you in 2 weeks. That didn't make any sense.
It's better than Monster Hunter Deuce.
That is
You're
better
right.
than Monster Hunter Deuce. Thank you for watching. Final thoughts. I think I already gave mine. Let's just
I
pretend
actually have
did.
a real final thought, if I may,
Okay.
for the audience. You were all loved and valued. Don't forget that.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Actual, genuine final thought. You are loved. Don't forget that.
All right, goodbye.
They could make
now
another
we're
Halo ODST game. That could be another thing they haven't done in 10 years.
Nate,
Um,
you just refuse to let it die.
God bless.
I think it'd be a lot fun if we did
A lot of fun.
if we did do something on the podcast like a game thing. If we did Calamity Terraria. Brandon and I started one,
What is that?
but if we did
I'd be down.
Calamity is like the most popular of the Terraria mods.
Oh,
It's a huge mod.
Yeah.
You just hate modded things, though.
it's just
It's cool.
It's just there's already so much complexity with it. Like I haven't even beat the original game. I'm like, oh, let me.
Oh,
let me
I'm of the
mod
same
this
mind.
thing.
I have a standing policy with games like that. I will not play a modded version until I've beaten the base game.
Well, thankfully, you and I have beaten the game,
You
Brandon.
guys beat Terraria?
Exactly. Hence why.
Yep.
You beat Duke
Couple
or whatever?
times.
Yeah.
You
We
guys
did
are
it.
nuts.
What do you mean?
It,
How do you
it
have
took us.
time for
It was
that?
hard. Brandon and I, we killed Moonlord and all that.
Oh,
That's not lined
gosh.
up, and that's gonna bother me.
Wow. Okay.
It was hard. I mean, we had to have like jetpacks that were flying across the length of the map, just trying to evade him while shooting lasers at him and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
But it's a good time.
What, you haven't beaten the Moonlord, Nate? What a noob.
Yeah. Exactly.
He just being mean to you for
Why
no
would I play a
reason at all.
mod if I'm Okay.
Then let's play Terraria. Let's do it.
What
I'm generally of the same mind as you, though. Of like,
I don't
there's
like
no reason
mods
to play-
either.
There's no reason to play a mod until you've actually played the game proper. One of our friends loves mods, and he will install mods 10 hours into a game. It's like, bro, you haven't even beaten the game yet. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I wanna have a mech suit in Risk of Rain 2. And you're like, all right.
I feel that.
It's like, that's cool, but you haven't even unlocked all the characters, brother. Like, he's a big power gamer. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But he likes being a power gamer. It's
All right.
his escape from reality.
Let's jump back in.
Oh, none of that was being recorded? I thought we hopped back in already.
No. We
Scott, you
were.
like the island so far?
I had to turn off the stream so that my internet would stabilize.
Oh, real quick, before we begin again, Scott, look at the progress. I just want you to see this. This started from one
Wow.
piece of dirt and a tree.